Yo, what's up, everybody? Ranton Podcast number 15.
15, dude.
When did we start this? We started this
at podcast 1.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
We started. No, I thought we started podcast 76. We started. When did we actually start? It was 2018, beginning of 2018.
Mm-hmm. And you had the random idea just to, I want to do a podcast.
Man, do you know that this idea actually kept me awake at night? Really, this whole podcast idea, because this whole podcast investment, that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And back then I didn't make shit from YouTube, but I was like, I want to make a podcast, but should I put the money in it? Man, it's a great idea.
Podcast is the best.
It's the best.
Yeah.
How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm pretty fine. I'm currently, guys, check this. Last podcast, I told you I have now graduated from university and I'm now a Master of Science, Physics. And guess where I'm working at now? That's right, I'm working in construction.
wait, what?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm currently looking for a job.
Yeah.
And since I don't want to be, sitting at home, scratching like this, I have a temporary job at a...
You actually done now? Your master's is finished?
Yes. I am done with university.
Congrats, Alter.
Yeah, danke, man.
You have the master's degree now?
I am now a physics master. Although... Oh my God. No offense, but I still haven't got my final grade. And
but you passed?
I passed, yes. Because everyone passes. If they take your thesis, that means it's already good enough to pass.
Okay.
But it's been 3 months and I still haven't received my grade.
Oh, is that a good sign? But she's also very busy, the lady that you are...
Very busy.
She's not like a professor type, she's working.
No, she is the professor of the institute. That's the thing.
Ah.
So that's why she has no time.
Okay.
But still, it's 3 months and I want to, I've tried to apply for different workplaces and they all tell me, yeah, you tell me you have a master, but where is it? And I'm like,
so you can't actually use it in your applications yet.
Not yet. Yeah. It's kind of a bummer, and that is why I'm working in construction at the moment.
What do you mean you work in construction?
Yeah, I work in a building that is being constructed.
You work in a building that is being constructed, or you work in constructions?
No, come on. I'm in the same building with these 6 feet tall Polish dudes who carry half the building on their back.
With these alpha males.
Yes, and me, I'm there with my laptop. Can I take this for a moment?
What do you do there?
I'm you see, the company that will move into this building has bought a lot of inventory. Mm-hmm. And someone has to keep track of the inventory. So I go around.
So you're essentially just a watcher,
I'm just a list maker. Yeah, I see this is there, and I put it in the list.
List maker. That's like the most German job ever since 1939.
I am the German list maker.
So you're the guy actually in Schindler's List who goes around and says,
Yeah. I'm
your card.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm actually not that guy. But yeah, I make
list maker. That's the most German job ever. Yeah. Man, I can already tell we have too much to say for 2 hours.
Come, let's get into it.
How do we?
Enough
actually,
about me.
Do you know our last podcast, like you and me, it's been like three months or more, because the Caesar podcast was postponed weeks and weeks
Thanks
and weeks.
To friends,
This podcast was postponed like a week, but several times.
Yeah. But this time it was very deliberate because we wanted to talk about the Game Awards.
Yeah. But before the uninterested people, why do I look so orange? Oh, whatever, fuck. So.
That's racist.
So we're gonna talk about the Game Awards, but not that much because they're fucking okay. Whatever. We're gonna talk about Death Stranding.
Oh yes.
Especially because Andi has a lot to say.
I cannot.
I want to talk about Rick and Morty. I want to talk about True Detective. I want to talk about some channel-related stuff.
Okay.
I want to talk about YouTube Rewind. I want to talk about. I want to talk about. Wait, I made a list here. Of course, we have Patreon questions. Man, how the fuck we're gonna do this?
And I even have a science topic prepared this time. Oh dear.
Holy fuck. Let's
start. Game Awards, it was shit. Next topic.
Maybe let's make this podcast 4 hours and I'll just fucking edit it like twice the speed.
Oh. Double time podcast.
Okay, you know what? Let's start with something very quick.
Okay.
Not the Game Awards. Yeah. This is let's do it just like the Game Awards. The beginning is shit. Well, the Game Awards, everything was shit. But let's just do only the beginning. Well, it's good, but... already fucked up the beginning.
Failed on so many levels.
So you used to be you loved Starcraft back then, Starcraft II.
Yes.
And you played it a lot.
Yeah.
And then But then at some point you stopped, right? Because it got too. When they released each expansion, it got too
many new units. I was kind of overwhelmed.
And strategy games, I always I don't do so well in them. Especially StarCraft is super fast, and I don't care much. And then recently in my recommendations, I see like Keng Chang-buk fights against Bong Jing-bak in StarCraft semi-final.
Yes.
Like, oh, why is this in my recommended? But I know whatever the fuck. I click on it. I was hooked.
It's awesome.
I don't even understand. I understand the game, the basics, of course. But I was so hooked because this motherfucker did a strategy. I remember we talked about this.
Yeah.
I have never seen this
Which
before.
one did he do? The cannon rush? No.
Well, let me explain to you. I don't know what it's called, but the guy, he's playing Protoss.
Yeah.
He was fighting against Zerg.
Yeah.
He starts the game. He sends his units or some of his units to the enemy base, and in front of the enemy Zerg base, he's building like shield regenerators and other shit. And then he spawns one unit, little harasser. He harasses the base, goes back, gets healed immediately. And the moment he builds a second one, the other guy's like GG over. Like, what the fuck? How is that a thing?
Yeah.
And the moderators had like a word for it. This strategy has a shield rush.
I probably make a fool of myself, but I just consider every Protoss rush like a cannon rush because they always also build a few cannons.
But he didn't. He didn't attack with the cannons. The cannons were kind of to protect some of his buildings.
Protect the shield batteries.
Yeah, he had just one little Protoss unit that had like two arms that shoots like this. Yeah.
And an immortal. Oh, that was an immortal rush.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it. Even though the Zerg guy, he had like these really strong towers that shoot like whips.
Penises,
and so they were making a lot of damage, but this guy was micromanaging, so every time they almost died, went back, and the shield regenerators.
And the thing is,
they heal up so quickly.
Do you know why this works? Because the Immortal has a special ability that no matter how strong, how much damage it takes in one hit, it can only lose 10 shield.
That's fucking retarded.
So against Immortals, you want Zerglings that have a lot of small attacks, so it doesn't get reduced. But if you have like this tower, this Zerg tower that has very strong but slow attacks, the Immortal counters it so hard. But it's only working on the shield, but the shield battery recharges shield. So yeah, that's why the Immortal Rush works.
Yeah, and the moment he spawned a second one,
then
was like GG. And then I went into a whole rabbit hole, watched some more matches. This guy, he doesn't of course always do the strategy. You can't do it all the time because it's also very risky, I think.
Yeah. If it doesn't work, you immediately lose the game.
Yeah. And one time he got countered, and the moment he got countered, he's like GG over. Yeah. That was fascinating as fuck.
I think it speaks a lot for StarCraft to the state it is in right now, because as far as I remember, like when I played during Wings of Liberty, there weren't that many strategies. Like whenever you did a rush, it was kind of like, the chances for it working is just because of the surprise factor, but it's not very. It's
kind of to pwn newbies online. Right?
Yeah, exactly. But now I think the amount of legit strategies, it's kind of
also because you have maybe so many different kinds of rushes.
Yeah. You can,
right?
Cannon rush, Immortal rush.
It's crazy. StarCraft is actually free to play, number 1 and number 2.
Yes.
And I downloaded it recently and installed again after 1 hour because it's just too fast for me.
Yeah.
But for example, what I don't remember it being this way is how many buildings there are now. It's kind of a turnoff. Like on StarCraft 1, on the builders of the Terrans, they have like the first one. They have the 2 different building buttons. The basic buildings, those were like 6, and the advanced buildings were like 4.
Yeah.
And now it's like everything full. Like you got 10 buildings on each, at least the Protoss. There was so much shit. I was like, bruh. But whatever. StarCraft is too fast for me anyways. Yeah. But man, I was hooked for about 2 days on StarCraft Online.
StarCraft is awesome. Yeah. I've been playing recently with Arthur a little bit.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, I destroyed him every time, but still, it's so much fun.
Arthur told me he's getting back into it.
They're actually, like, I'm super rusty, and they are actually pretty good. So.
Damn. Yeah, I just wanted to get the StarCraft shit out of the way. Let's talk about the Game Awards.
Okay, let's go.
Dude, Xbox.
The ridiculous naming convention of Microsoft continues after the resounding success.
Why? Just tell me why ain't nothing but a
Xbox X. Ask Takfuji to name it.
What's it called? Xbox X Series?
No, Xbox Series X or something. So it's even impossible to pronounce. X.
Why? What is Series X? What kind of?
And why would you even call it this way, or name it this way? I mean, it doesn't even look like an X.
It just looks like a box.
Yeah,
it's a box.
It's the true successor of the GameCube.
I feel like it looked like a trash can.
Game
like a X can. I saw a funny meme on my Discord where like they took the Xbox, the new one, and they put a table on it and the PlayStation on top.
Ooh, that's
Got him.
spicy.
Yeah, I'm not even saying that I don't like the design. Maybe it's.
I mean, I kind of like it.
Yeah, it looks like the Interstellar robot.
Yes, yeah.
And that's how they made it look like in the trailer. It floats over the water. It's like a cube.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
And also the cooling on top and the light.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I just think it's a good meme. It just looks funny.
Yeah.
It's a box.
It's not a malicious meme. I think.
Yeah, it's a funny meme.
Yeah, it's a funny meme.
It's literally a box now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been a box, but now it's like an actual. It's a
Yeah.
box-looking box.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and only the first Xbox had an X on it. You remember that one?
Oh.
Yeah, the first Xbox had an X.
Yeah.
And
But you know what? I mean, I'm telling you guys, like the reason why Xbox One failed is because of the horrible launch with the always online shit.
Oh, yeah.
And also, I mean, the reason why Xbox failed is the games just weren't there.
But
It just was lacking in the games department, and they have to fix that.
like, why would you say it failed? Because
I think the PlayStation has like 3 times the sales.
yeah,
Yeah.
is it okay? Oh wow.
I know that it has a lot more, but I don't know if it's 3 times.
Okay,
I have to fact check me on that. But I think the console is dog shit. I mean, right? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
Remember
I've never played anything on it, and I was never interested.
When it came out, they were like, you have to be always online. Remember
that was for me the kill.
And that was instant. Like even today, always online is dead for me.
Yeah.
And remember, that was 6 years ago. Always online. Like why? And then there also you had to buy it with a Kinect and connect with Dead on Arrival.
Yeah.
Remember Kinect the dance thing?
Yeah. Oh god.
And then you also had the you cannot borrow games.
Yes. Yeah.
Fuck.
Like everything you liked about consoles was being removed in that generation.
I feel like the past 2-3 years they kind of got back into it, but then the problem was every game that was exclusive to Xbox also came out on the Windows Store. So why have an Xbox?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just kind of a redundant. I think some people said it was just kind of they stopped seeing it as a console and like as a multimedia machine. I don't really know much about it.
I heard that argument as well, but that never worked for me. Like every PC is a multimedia machine. Don't give me that shit.
Yeah. The only best console Switch and that's it.
Yeah. By now, our regular viewers will know what we think of consoles.
Yeah.
Although PlayStation 4 is good.
PlayStation 4 is fine. But why? Because the games are there.
Bloodborne.
You need to have the games to back it up. Bloodborne, God of War.
Yes.
Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us. I mean,
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding is coming out on PC though soon.
In half a year.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for the mods. Okay, wait. So Game Awards.
Game Awards, yeah.
I stayed up yesterday until 4 a.m. and then I went to sleep. Isn't it crazy how little? Like when it started and the pre-show. First of all, I didn't even know there was a pre-show. There was such a thing. But the show starts, and then this lady's like there, hey, welcome to the Game Awards. So the prize for the best game goes to Apex Legends. Then the guy comes on stage, thank you very much. Okay, now fuck off. It's like, so the first award goes away, and you're like, what?
Well, that was one of those most unimportant awards.
But that kind of was a theme throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not a show about the awards at all.
At all.
And maybe some are gonna say like, yeah, the Game Awards have always been this way. I think this is the first time that I actually tried to watch them.
Yeah,
maybe
too.
it's been always like this. I didn't know. Maybe that's why I'm like kind of shocked. The reason why I like the show is, I mean, it celebrates games. That's cool.
It's cool, yeah.
It's like complaining on a high level, right? It's games.
But still, I mean,
but even
it wouldn't hurt if you would. I think the main thing that's missing from this Veranstaltung, from this event. Is love. Like it's so like, okay, this is done, next one, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And why not just celebrate it a little bit more? Like,
yeah, and also you have these cringy moments. And I mean, basically the reason why I wanted to watch it is sometimes during the Game Awards they have announcements.
Yes. Yeah.
And there were some, but nothing interesting.
Yeah. The Magic the Gathering stuff was okay.
Did you see Ghost of Tsushima new trailer?
I haven't seen the trailer. I just heard that there was a new one.
This game, man. Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. It's gonna be good. I'm telling you guys, it's gonna be good. I can feel it's gonna be good.
Okay.
It's made by Sucker Punch. Yeah. I think. Yes, Sucker Punch.
What have they made?
They made the Infamous games. Some of them were pretty good. But this looked so incredible, man. So Ghost of Tsushima hype time.
Hype time.
Yeah, so nice. And then also
one samurai game in Sekiro is enough for me.
Yeah. And Hellblade 2?
Yes.
Did you play Hellblade?
Yeah, I just finished Hellblade before we had the Caesar podcast. I haven't even talked about it to you yet. I mean, game is cool, but I think they overplayed the mental illness part a little bit.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was good too.
It was cool.
I think they were But I'm looking forward to a second one when they flesh out the mechanics, because the combat was nice, right?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. I think if they flesh it out more.
Yeah.
So I just want to go like Game Awards, because just a couple of awards I wanted to talk about. Not that much about the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Not much to say anyways. Just when I say there's not much to say, I think of something new. This Japanese girl that they used at E3, remember? She was working, or I don't know if she still is, on she was a part of Tango Game Studios, who made The Evil Within. And there was this Japanese girl who came on stage at E3, and she was like really cute because she didn't speak good English. She was like, mitane, it's spooky.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one.
And at E3 was kind of cute because nobody knew her and it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And this time they tried to exploit that again so hard.
Oh no.
It was so cringe.
It's so
she came on
during
stage.
E3. It was kind of like
it was funny. It was cute. Like
and now she did it on purpose.
She did it on purpose. She came on stage bear.
Oh no.
Cute.
Oh no. Don't stop. Oh no.
It was really. It was bad.
God.
Like, certain things are just cute once.
Yeah. And they're cute because they're
real.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because they're not planned. Anyway, so let's talk about a few awards.
Okay, Game of the Year. Do you know what won?
Game of the Year. Spoiler alert, it was Sekiro.
Yeah. I think at that point I was already sleeping, but so the nominees were Sekiro, Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and The Outer Worlds. Yeah. Man, Sekiro, well deserved. What a game.
I think when I saw the nominees ahead of time, I thought it should be Sekiro. Because for me, like, for example, some of the games I haven't played and I'm also not that interested in, but I can acknowledge that they're good games. But I think Sekiro was kind of on another level. It was the only game of those in the list where I would say it's absolutely, completely done and I have no problems with it. And
yeah. I think the Game Awards, they are voted on, right?
Yes,
straight up by the... I voted, for example. I could vote.
I think the system is they have like some percentage from votes and some percentage from a
board.
Jury.
Okay.
And then it gets gets verrechnet.
So Control was pretty clear it's not going to win. I think it was a great game and it's really underappreciated, let me say. Control is amazing. But I kind of knew that it wasn't going to win. It flew under the radar a little bit. Then The Outer Worlds, I think same thing. It was, most people loved it, but just not as big of a deal as the other 4 games on this list. Yeah. I thought it would have been either Super Smash or Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
Like Resident Evil 2, like I said, I thought it's a good game, which means a 7. But it was huge. It was really huge.
Yeah.
And it was showered with love.
It was because, I mean, it was extremely well done. But I think one thing that held it back was because it was a remake. Like, people want original IPs.
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like Super Smash is the 6th installment or what?
Yeah, I was kind of a little bit surprised that Super Smash was on the best game of the year.
Sometimes I wonder, is Super Smash a niche thing? Sometimes I don't know.
It's hard to say how many people actually play it.
Yeah,
right?
Sometimes I wonder, is Super Smash actually a mainstream thing?
Yeah,
I don't know this
because from in our like circles, no one plays it except for us.
I think this is actually a really niche kind of thing. Yeah. Not that many people play Super Smash, and the people who play it pretty hardcore. I mean, we love Super Smash. It's just 10 out of 10 best shit ever.
Absolutely.
But I think it's just too niche. Not enough people voting for that. And I think Sekiro, even though it's not my thing, I think deserved it.
Well deserved. I think so too.
Yeah.
The combat, man, I can't get over
it. Yeah, like I said in my review, man, give me a map screen and I might actually enjoy that game.
Get the fuck out of here. Okay, boomer.
Should we use this already as our transition to talk about Death Stranding?
Well, let's talk about the next 3 awards.
Okay.
Like, so for example, best game direction, best performance, and best soundtrack.
Do you remember which game? Oh, you fucker. So let's talk about best action game. Devil May Cry 5 won. We already had a Devil May Cry 5 debate.
Great. Yeah.
What are other nominees? Astral Chain. That's some anime shit, I think. Yeah.
Like, one thing that I read a little bit of discussion about was about the indie game stuff, because indie games are always so obscure and I know nothing about them. But I heard that these Outer Wilds, not Outer Worlds, Outer Wilds.
I heard about this too.
Was apparently some sort of hyper galaxy brain time travel mega game.
Okay.
It's absurd. Okay. Like, tell me in the comments, guys. Is it worth it? Is it good or what's the deal? Yeah.
I also heard about
Outer Wilds.
Outer Wilds, yeah. Then a best fighting game. This is one that Super Smash actually
Super
won.
Smash won.
I thought maybe Super Smash,
Against
maybe
Mortal
Mortal Kombat. What do you think is better, by the way? Because you love both.
Well, the thing is
that
it's hard to say which game is better because for me, I enjoy playing Mortal Kombat a lot more because I get it. You know what I mean? I said it in one of our episodes why I can't play Super Smash seriously how I wanted it.
It's like next level
because
mega brain.
It expects inputs from you that I don't think are humanly possible.
It's
to do a fucking short hop, you have to press the button for less than 3 frames. 3 frames. A frame is the 60th of a second. Less than 3 frames. Dude, what the fuck? Who thought of this? Jesus. Yeah, so I personally would have liked Mortal Kombat to win, but I get it. I mean, Mortal Kombat is a very... I heard the argument that they say the Mortal Kombat fans are Mortal Kombat fans, and the Smash fans are Snake, Mario, Peach, Link, Zelda, and all that. Every little Nintendo game has their fan base, and they all love Super Smash, and that's why...
Also had more people voting on.
Yeah, maybe.
By the way, did you see the video of all the intros of Arnold of the Terminator?
Yeah.
When he just says Skynet.
He has a few of those where someone asks like a really edgy question and he just says no.
You will be terminated. So there's one when he answers always something with Skynet, like this is Skynet. I come for Skynet. and then Devora is like,
this one will take.
No, she's like the blah 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 and the blah 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 can be friends.
Yeah.
Like we can work together. And then he's just like Skynet.
Like, you could say that it's like really lazy, but it fits so perfect.
Good. And you know what? Yeah. It's actually not Arnold Schwarzenegger who made the synchronization, but the voice is spot on.
So on point.
How do they do that?
Yeah.
How do they? Who?
I mean, they got him as model for the face.
Yeah, of course. But how? Is there somebody who just can imitate it very well, or maybe
probably
Skynet?
I mean, the voicing of Mortal Kombat is like. Yeah. They really pay good money for that, right? So
and also the Joker's coming now for...
Yes.
Did you see his character design?
It was announced in a trailer a few months back, but I think they changed his looks a
They just showed it on the Game Awards. They showed how he looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
On first sight, I thought it was Joaquin Phoenix. but then I realized, no, that can't be. So, yeah.
Society.
Yeah. I mean... I don't really care much for the Joker.
Yeah. I also find this whole third-party characters in Mortal Kombat kind of weird.
It's hit or miss.
Yeah.
There are.
Guess they never hit.
If you like it, then I think it's cool for you. If you're like a huge fan of, let's say, Terminator.
But no, dude. Because think about it. I mean, I love God of War.
Yeah.
But I don't really want him to be in a Mortal Kombat game. No, it's not. He's not in this universe.
Dude, Kratos would fit in fucking perfectly, ripping people like. Oh.
He would in the sense of like he would fit in like thematically.
Yeah.
But why? It's not him.
Why not?
Or like Alex Mercer would also fit in super well from Prototype. But it's Mortal Kombat. I don't know, dude. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, they can't overdo it. That's true. Yeah, but a few guest characters, that's fine.
Have you played it some more?
Yeah.
You playing on Switch?
I got
You still playing on Switch? You played on Switch, right?
A little bit, yeah. When I was in China, because I needed to get my Mortal Kombat in, I bought it for Switch. Yeah. But yeah, last season, I was actually reached a pretty high rank in Kombat League. Yeah.
Damn. You'll probably fucking wreck my ass, boy. So what game won Game Direction?
Maybe the game. The only game where you actually know the director.
Bujima-san. Bujima. Let's fucking do this. Fuck the Game Awards. Who cares?
Just want to say, Sekiro won Game of the Year. That's fine, but no other game got 3 awards.
Yeah. Okay. So you haven't heard Andi's take on Death Stranding yet. I also haven't heard it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I ended up on my review. But before you start, you can get pumped up. You can charge up. So I ended up, for some reason, on the opposite side of many people. I think story sucks, gameplay is great. Most people say, great story, shitty gameplay. I fucking love the gameplay. I think it's perfect. No, not perfect. But it's very good.
Yeah.
Okay, start.
So, before we start, there's one thing. Even during the apocalypse, you can rely on the energizing powers of Monster Energy.
We're not sponsored, by the way. We're not sponsored. But you know what? I don't give a shit about energy drinks. But But ever since this game, I kind of see Monster Energy now in the supermarket.
When I first saw it, I was like, what? how is this possible to put this in a game? But I mean, there are other like when you take a shower, you see this ad for
for some movie he's doing, or
for some biker.
By the way, just in case we can get in trouble for product placement, I'm gonna say, so no one can accuse me of this being an ad. Fuck Monster Energy, don't ever buy this fucking piece of shit. No, I don't mean it, but just in case, so no one can say this is
and that's allowed.
Yeah, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, fuck Monster Energy, fuck this fucking drink, and fuck everybody who works on this piece of shit product. Okay, now continue.
So, okay. So I want to say, Death Stranding is a modern miracle, and not like miracle. Oh, the game is so miraculous. I think the fact that it exists is a fucking miracle. Imagine this: you are the CEO of a big game publisher, and some aspiring Bojima comes into your office. Arigato. I have no idea what they say to greet each other. Hello. Yeah, I have a good idea for a game. It's about walking. You don't look convinced. How about I add some more gaming to the walking, like durability on your shoes? Huh? No, not convinced. No. How about you have to balance the cargo you're carrying? Yes, you don't fall. No. Okay. Then maybe you can hold a button to stabilize yourself so you don't fall. Huh? How about this? No, still nothing. Okay, maybe I have Norman Reedus. Anton, the game, Death Stranding, the gameplay, it is unpitchable. No one on this planet, no publisher would have ever said, here's a few $100 million. Let's make a game about it.
100 million? Well, but I get what you're saying.
Many $1 million. Let's go. Get to work on this game about walking and boot durability and whatever. It couldn't happen. The only possibility for a game like Death Stranding to exist is to be like one madman
who has a lot of reputation.
Who has reputation and
trust.
Trust, and then to be like the one dictator on your game, have no one else talk you into something, and just realize your fever dream. Because that's what Death Stranding feels like to me. It's like Kojima's madness put into one game. So just thinking about how the fact that Death Stranding even exists is like, oh my god, what the fuck.
But have you played it?
So then, after formalizing this thought, I thought, okay, maybe, if I want to talk about the game, I should play it. And I did. And I did for a little bit.
You bought it?
Yeah, very shortly. And then I returned it to the next GameStop.
Really?
Because I'm like, this is no offense. Yeah. But the game just isn't done for me. Isn't made for me. I would have been the CEO to tell Kojima to fuck off.
Wait. Let's just on der Zunge zergehen lassen.
Yeah.
Let's just what is the word? How to say this in English?
Let's just let it go on the tongue.
Let that sink in.
Yeah.
Let that sink in for a moment. Yeah. My brother thinks this is an absolute crazy ass masterpiece that he fucking hates and returned it after 2 hours.
A little spoiler there. I'm now going to shit on Death Stranding for about half an hour, and then I will tell you why it's the best game ever made.
Okay, go on.
Okay,
go on.
So the gameplay, I get it. Like, I get everything Kojima tried to do there, like with the connecting and blah blah blah, and like the underlying message that he wanted to tell. And also, I think the gameplay works. It's the thing he had envisioned there, that you have the obstacles you have to take. I think it's fun to like overcome these different, you have to put the cargo this way and evade the BTs and stuff. I think it works. It's just nothing for me.
Okay.
Yeah, no. But yeah, that's the part. So I can't really talk on gameplay if that's good or bad. It's just not for me. But then there's this story argument.
Yeah.
And how should I say? Kojima, like
Bojima, please.
Bojima, after half an hour of watching, like I of course watched all the cutscenes. Yeah. Half an hour of watching, you immediately realize that it's a Kojima game. It's like it's from the first half hour, it's immediately apparent. Like when by the way, there will be massive spoilers. When Die Hard Man, the guy with the mask, like you're in this office and he talks about reuniting America, and you immediately, okay, Kojima, yeah, you have me.
Yeah, but even the people who like Kojima's stories, his writing is sometimes,
yeah,
dude.
Kojima, the way he explains stuff is always extremely esoteric. I think that's the best word for it. Everything is like symbolic and
but also very on the nose.
But on the nose, but not like physically. But the meaning is so on the nose. But stuff is not really explained. Like everything is just explained in terms of its consequences, not on what it actually is. Like, can you tell me what the Death Stranding actually is? No. You can tell the consequences: timefall, BTs, void outs, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But
I just think that it's bad writing to keep telling me in 1 hour 50 times that we have to reconnect America.
His writing is horrible, and the story. I'm sorry, guys. It makes no sense at all.
Finally, I didn't get it, but thank you.
That is not the problem. Like Metal Gear Solid 4, that's my favorite example. The game made no sense at all. Everything that happens for no fucking reason except for being epic and awesome to look at and just enjoyable. It doesn't have to make sense. Everything is like, you just accept it, and it's just like, oh man, this is so awesome and
it's a
epic.
ride.
And it's just a ride. And like in Metal Gear Solid 4, it was like 80%, and in Death Stranding, Kojima just went full ham on his ways. Like nothing towards the end, when like you said it in your review. I mean, the ending cutscenes is 1.5 hours long. Yeah, so and it didn't have to be.
Yeah,
but it's still every minute about it is fucking enjoyable.
No, but that's where I disagree. This is where you are Kojima ass licker.
Okay, maybe.
Dude, it was the most boring shit ever.
You think?
Yeah.
I just
saw this girl's mouth moving, and I don't know what she was. She was talking, but she wasn't saying anything.
She's saying nothing, but it doesn't matter. It's just
it matters.
Please, I want to stay in this world longer. Please, no.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But for example, I am fragile, but I'm not that fragile.
Oh God. And it like that's typically Kojima, having like moments of death-inducing cringe. Mario and Princess Peach. I just wanted to die.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have there's something I want to do, and I need your help, guys. I want to go through the first few parts of Death Stranding story up until the point where I think it makes no sense anymore. And if you guys could tell me if I'm wrong or where I'm wrong, that would be very helpful. Can we do that quick?
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna go through it chronologically. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can help me too.
I don't remember much.
You just press skip.
No.
You don't skip anymore, right?
I don't skip anymore.
Okay, so here's the deal. Sometime in the 21st century, a woman, let's just call her Bridget Strand, is born. She's born very sickly. I don't know what she has, but okay. And through some way that's never really specified, she becomes the president of the United States. Then, while she's president, she, with the help of two genius researchers, Lochner and what's her name? Yeah, Malingen or something. She begins working on something that is called the chiral network, which allows, it's like the super internet.
Mm-hmm.
It allows transfer of absurd data.
Romanian internet.
in zero time, basically. Yeah. So, yeah, that's good. But she can't get it to work. And there's one missing component. And through, again, unspecified means, they realize that the missing component is actually babies. And the missing component is not any baby, but babies that are taken from brain-dead still mothers.
Yeah.
That's so specific and absurd, but okay, yeah. Kojima, I take it, Kojima. And one of these babies is the son of a military veteran called Clifford Unger and his wife. And this baby shows huge promise. And Bridget wants to complete the chiral network, so she intends to keep the baby and take it away from from its father. And the father, who initially was supportive of this idea, then realizes he will never see his kid again. So with the help of his old military friend, he tries to take the kid and escape the research facility. On his way out, he gets caught, gets shot by Bridget, who then accidentally kills the baby as well. Up until there, maybe the story still makes sense. But then it turns out Bridget is sickly, born very sickly, because half of her is in another dimension.
Yeah, they have the body and the
the
body.
Ha and the Ka.
Yeah.
And their Ka is on a beach. Okay, I accept that as well. Now, whenever someone dies, they go to the beach, and then from the beach they pass into the afterlife. The baby, that's
No, there's also the seam.
Yeah, stop.
The seam is where you die, you have to go back into float back into your body.
That's only Sam can do that.
Because he's a
repatriate. Yeah. Anyway, so Cliff and baby die, go to the beach. There on the beach, the other half of Bridget waits, and her name is Emily. Amelie. Yeah. Then Amelie and Bridget are the same person, and they decide, okay, it's bad, the baby is dead, we need it for the research. Let's resurrect it. Somehow, Amelie has the power to resurrect someone. And then she takes the baby and makes it like reincarnate for whatever reason. And that's the point where shit gets absurd. Because I read somewhere that
this is the point where it gets absurd.
I read somewhere that this event, this resurrection of Sam, who's the character we play, is what caused the Death Stranding. Have you heard that as well?
Say that again?
So the Amelie resurrected baby Sam, and this resurrection is what caused the Death Stranding.
Do you mean the apocalypse?
Yeah.
The apocalypse was caused by like shit that they never specified, no?
Yeah, exactly. That is the problem.
Because the whole time during the game I was wondering, so what actually happened?
Yeah, exactly. And it's never explained.
How has the world become this way?
Yeah.
That's
and apparently it's because she resurrected Sam. But that begs the question.
Wait, Sam?
Yeah, the baby of Cliff is Sam.
But Sam Porter Bridge is someone else?
No. The guy you play is the son of Mads Mikkelsen.
No, he's not. No, wait. I saw after I played the game, I watched this 20-minute video of a guy explaining the story.
Yeah.
And he was explaining right from the beginning. He was like, let's make it clear. Sam Porter Bridges is not Lou. Lou's the baby.
No. Lou is the baby you carry around.
Yeah.
But the baby you carry around has nothing to do with Mads Mikkelsen.
Wait, so you're the son of
Mads Mikkelsen.
No.
And that's also one thing that makes no sense. Why would the baby you carry around have the memories of Sam? It makes no sense.
Are you sure you didn't miss something?
Yeah,
then?
no, I'm 100%.
But how do you fight the dad? No, fuck. How do you fight Cliff Unge?
Only in these tornadoes, in these chiral tornadoes.
No. Only in this World War scenario.
Yeah.
So is that a beach?
That's
his beach.
Yeah,
no?
Yeah, that's a beach where he's trapped. For again unspecified reasons. But yeah, so apparently resurrecting the baby Sam caused the Death Stranding, but that makes no sense because only since the Death Stranding you have like these substances called chiralium and BTs and stuff. But why would you construct a chiral network before there was any chiralium? Yeah. And also, if there was chiralium before, maybe then the old America would have to deal with timefall. And timefall didn't exist before the Death Stranding. And voidouts didn't. I mean, okay, voidouts are caused by BTs, but so that's like the first layer. And from that point on, Kojima just keeps piling shit onto this foundation that is absolutely
amazing,
Swiss cheese. Yeah.
But here's kind of how I feel about it. Even though it makes no sense, it's the same with Star Wars in a way.
Yeah.
I hate the Star Wars stories. Like every movie, not every movie, the new shit. But I love the lore. I feel the same way with Death Stranding.
Yeah.
I love the Death Stranding world.
Yeah,
exactly. I love it. But the story itself.
It doesn't have to make sense for me to love the world, but it doesn't make sense. That is like the thing.
Maybe sometimes I imagine it like this, like because I think most stories start like this, right? I mean, Kojima had an idea of reconnecting things.
Yeah.
And then he creates the story around it, and then he gets of course he didn't write the whole thing by himself. You have other writers who come in and you just pile on and pile on. Yeah. And in the end you kind of get the bigger picture out of, you lose sight of the bigger picture. And at the end nobody really knows if it makes sense anymore.
Yeah.
And then you go into production and
then
you
it's
just
too late.
And then you just kind of hope.
Yeah.
Come on, we wrote all this. It must make sense at this point. And then it's like, you did too much maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the point. I think. Yeah, the point in the game where you meet Hartman, that's like intended to explain a lot of stuff. It explains nothing. Yeah. It just creates new contradictions. Yeah. Like for example, Hartman talks about that every extinction had an extinction entity. Blah, blah.
And she Emily is an extinction entity. Yeah, she can wipe out the world.
It's never explained what an extinction entity actually does.
No, they can destroy. No. Oh, I remember. They had these. There were 5 extinctions that happened on Earth.
Yes.
These like complete annihilations, and she is the 6th. She's the 6th one.
Yeah, but what does she do?
She wipes out almost all life on Earth.
Yeah, but if she could do that, then she would just do it.
No, but why? She wants to reconnect America.
Yeah, exactly. You see my point? Like, if her goal, like on the huge reveal where it said like, oh, Higgs was just controlled by Emily. Well, yeah, but why wouldn't Emily just do it herself? She has the power to just disintegrate Earth.
She's like a god. Yeah.
But I mean, I guess it's a little bit about, she feels like conflicted and she doesn't want to do it. I can get behind that. Okay. But there's this other point. Like, you know the Death Stranding poster where it's like Sam on the beach and you see these 5 black flying figures?
Yeah. I actually have it as a wallpaper on my computer, but it's not visible.
Apparently, these are the 5 extinction entities before.
I thought these are the Death Stranding. These are the beach things.
No, it's in a beach, so there are no BTs. But I think it's supposed to be the extinction entities. But also that makes no sense because Hartman shows the extinction entities of times past, and it was like this mammoth and this Neanderthaler. They weren't human.
Okay.
The extinctions happened when there were no humans around. Why are these 5 extinction entities humanoids?
Maybe they're spirits.
The spirit of a mammoth is a human.
Yes. It's Bojima you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Everything can be explained if you say it's Bojima.
Yeah, it's hard to say whether this shit makes sense or not.
Yeah.
I mean,
now for me it doesn't.
But thank God, there are people out there crazier than us who are gonna dive so deep into it and they might get it and then they do a video on it.
I hope. I would really like to because I love this world he has created. Yeah, and it feels like I'm just picking out on the negative things, but they are just so blatantly negative, but it doesn't matter to me.
I really agree. It's so crazy. Death Stranding is an absolute mess and at the same time an amazing masterpiece for me. That's why I can't just recommend it. No, I would say just try it. I would say to everybody, it's impossible. Exactly. Because we have absolutely. You remember when we talk about science? When you talk about science, you talk about always frame of reference.
Yeah.
The problem with Death Stranding is that there is no frame of reference. Oh, I just used some smart words right there. Huh?
Okay, that makes no sense at all. But
okay. Like what do you want me to compare? I don't know if you would like this. Like I can tell you, would you enjoy Battlefield? I don't know. Do you enjoy Call of Duty? Like this.
Yeah.
But with Death Stranding,
there is really nothing you can.
I hate walking simulators. Death Stranding is not a walking simulator.
Absolutely, no. If
cringe.
you say Death Stranding is a walking simulator, you are making a fucking fool out of yourself.
Yeah, because people don't know what a walking simulator is.
They don't know shit.
Yeah. It's just not a walking. Like it's not because we want to defend it. Like just because we say it's
actually wrong.
Yeah, it's factually incorrect. Just because we say it's not a walking simulator doesn't mean it's necessarily good. It still can be a shit game. Yeah. It's like GTA is not a walking simulator. Yeah. Sekiro is not a walking simulator.
Yeah.
And this doesn't mean they're good or bad. It's just not. Yeah. Call of Duty is not a hack and slash.
Starcraft is not a fucking walking simulator.
Yeah, hack and slash games. Devil May Cry is not a simulation game.
Yeah.
It's like just get your genre straight, retards. But that's
Take
pretty.
that, liptards.
Yeah, it's. I would just say it's so unique. You have to try it.
You really have to try it.
And the thing is also, if you hate it, that is 100% understandable. Yeah. Because it is such a weird fucking mess.
I'm kind of glad that Kojima didn't make like a whitewashed game for everyone. Yeah. I'm so glad he did. Really, like.
This is my project.
Yeah. And he just did everything, like from the sound design. Oh, the soundtrack, by the way.
Oh yeah, low roar.
Churches.
Skynet.
Although I have to say, like the soundtrack is good. But it just works in the world.
Yeah.
It's not like Metal Gear Solid soundtrack that's actually just godlike, even outside of Metal Gear Solid.
I don't know that much about Metal Gear. Okay. Let's conclude this Death
So
Stranding.
Death Stranding. If you haven't played it, guys, please, you have to
try it.
At least try it.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like it, it's not one of those games like if you don't like it, you actually don't get it. No.
Yeah.
No. If you don't like it,
it's legitimate to not like it.
It's fine. Yeah. But you have to experience.
And also, I would say, please try to push through the first 5 hours.
Yes,
because
even
though I actually enjoyed the first 5 hours, I like the just walking, the slow, walking trigger. No, but I enjoyed the slow pace, But the game reveals so much more shit, and the gameplay actually becomes quite complex, that you should try to push through.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the first few hours are like very divisive.
Yeah.
Like already you get which way you're going. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, my dude.
Death
Okay.
Stranding. I love it.
Yes. YouTube Rewind.
Oh yeah, YouTube Rewind.
I have another hot take.
Yeah. Okay.
I think YouTube Rewind this year was absolutely fine. And I see
Well said.
0.0 issues with it. I don't even think it's lazy. I think this is exactly what YouTube Rewind should be. It's perfect.
I think it violates YouTube's guidelines.
Banned for racism.
Taking content from other creators. But I mean,
I find
it was literally so like unassuming that it has no angle you can attack it in.
I think this was exactly what it's a rewind.
Yeah, exactly. It shows you what happened.
Yes.
In the last.
They showed what people who consume YouTube, which is newsflash, is a lot more people than us.
Yeah.
What they literally liked the most. This is an actual rewind.
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing what you could argue, okay, it sucks that they made it this way, is because we didn't get any cringy memes.
Well, yeah.
It's kind of ironic when people say they hated YouTube Rewind last year, but it gave us
I mean,
you know, in that sense.
What do you want? Like
exactly?
Yeah. Is it you want a okay rewind that's forgettable, or you want the worst rewind of all time that's like unforgettably bad?
I don't even think it's forgettable. It was a great rewind, I thought, this years.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed watching it. I watched
it a
couple.
With forgettable, I mean, like, it's great. You consume it, and then it's
yeah. And YouTube Rewind last year, people say it was shit, but it was so shit that it became a great meme.
Yes, exactly.
So in that sense,
unforgettable. Yeah.
So in that sense, I would say, yeah, too bad we didn't get a shitty meme video. But if you, as a company for YouTube, if you want to make a great rewind, they saved a lot of money on it, which is on the back end side, great.
Yeah.
But like, so here's the thing: YouTube Rewind in 2013, 14 got great reviews. Why? You cannot recreate this. Stop dreaming. Because YouTube at this point was such a small platform. Exactly. You had like a handful of creators that everybody knew, everybody loved.
Yeah.
And that's what is it. How do you know how fragmented YouTube has become?
Yeah.
YouTube is so fucking huge. There are whole corners of YouTube that you have never fucking seen that sometimes I stumble into. I'm like, what the fuck? Where am I?
Yeah, I had that experience just
and then you have all these hundreds of channels with like more subscribers than me, such huge communities. I'm like, well, this is I don't care about this, but this is great. For example, YouTube Rewind. On the community. YouTube Rewind also had this part about beauty YouTubers.
Yeah.
Beauty YouTube is huge. I don't watch it. I don't care. So, like
many people like it.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Do you want the people who watch beauty YouTube to say, "Well, we don't watch video games, so get the fuck out with your games"?
Yeah.
No, we're all here on this platform. We share it, and they didn't select it. They were like, "We have these categories. Who on paper? What are the numbers?"
By the numbers, exactly. Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh, it's a Watch Mojo list."
So
yeah. It's a list.
People love Watch Mojo. So
yeah, lists are fun.
Yeah.
So it's whom and I saw some creators that I really like. Mr. Beast was on there.
Yeah.
PewDiePie was on there.
PewDiePie and the T-Series.
T-Series. What else? Some other people that I thought were cool. This guy Black Griffin, who did this video like 54 voices when he imitated 55 guys singing. Amazing video. Cool. He got some recognition there too. This was people who did well. This was an actual rewind.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
And I think that's fine. They can keep this model. Even
they should do this every year.
Yeah, you can criticize it for not being super memorable and creative, but come on, what do you want? Let's just enjoy the YouTube Rewind for the simple video.
Tell me, what would you have liked to see? Yeah. You want to see iDubbbz? You want to see me? You want to see your favorite edgy?
I'm gay.
Yeah, this is the thing I'm wondering. Do you want to see your favorite edgy creators? Like, get over yourself, or for us, get over ourselves. We're just a fart on this platform. Yeah. They just decided. And they also didn't go for, we're just going to take a super politically correct, family-friendly YouTubers.
Absolutely.
It was neutral by the numbers.
As neutral as mathematics can be, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it was a great thing. Yeah. YouTube Rewind, great. Yeah. And I tweeted this out. Like I think it's so cringy when I see all these people who like desperately trying to find problems with it.
Oh God, stop!
This is YouTube. This is the platform. It's a great platform. It's the best platform.
Yeah.
It's the best platform that still exists. Although they just released some weird community guidelines change.
I heard.
Harassment thing.
Oh no, that I haven't heard.
Let's not even get fucking started on this shit. No videos.
It's the best platform, but the new guidelines.
No videos are getting taken down if they are like deemed to be implicitly how to explain this? Like it's about harassment.
So it's basically just YouTube has the liberty to take down whatever they want.
Well, they have that anyways. But if you criticize someone, essentially, it's harassment, and then you can't do that anymore. Okay. I don't know. They took a video down from iDubbbz, the content cop thing.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Yeah,
they took some other shit down. I'm like,
and iDubbbz.
I mean,
he's unattackable.
The problem is, this issue is complex and interesting. Actually, this harassment issue, because it's not like it's just criticism. There
are videos that are bullying.
Yeah, and also you have to understand, as creators, we have only that much control over our audience, naturally, of course. That's also one reason why the ACG stuff, I'm kind of stopping it now, because I have, let's say, 100,000 people watch a video. 99% of them laugh about my ACG joke. 99% of people are normal like us. Yeah. They have fun. Yeah. They just have to be 1% of retarded idiots who like think they're Ranton fans, and then they go on ACG's whatever and harass the guy and write dumb shit to him, and then I'm like, yo, dude, no, fuck you. I'm not. Then I won't make this anymore. Yeah, it's not worth it. Like, nothing that I do in my reviews is aimed to hurt anyone. If you do funny ACG memes, I love it. But then if I see people answering to ACG's tweets, oh fuck you, this and this, like, that's all right.
Grow up.
Yeah, like, dude, it's a joke. Yeah. So I'm like, if you guys if you 1%, and that's also sucks. One bad apple spoils the how's the expression?
Bunch. Yeah.
Because almost everyone gets it.
And that's one of the unfortunate things about
Yeah. So how does this relate to criticism? Yeah. To harassment? So if I make a video, let's say I make let's take out a random creator. Name a creator.
PewDiePie.
Let's take PewDiePie. Okay. So let's say I make a video where I criticize something PewDiePie does. Obviously, I would get shitstormed to death because PewDiePie is 1 million people.
100 million. Yeah.
But let's say I make a very objective video criticizing some of the stuff. There is no possible way, it's unavoidable, that some of the people who agree with me are going to go to the PewDiePie video and write hateful fucking shit. It's unavoidable. So does this video that I have made, which is very objective and not rude, is this harassment now? Could you argue that it incited harassment?
Yeah, exactly. Does it incite something? And
because all the 12-year-olds, they watch it and
but how many layers do you want to go? Like,
exactly.
Yeah, because is this inciting something? That's inciting something. That's
and also then essentially you can just tone police everything.
Exactly.
Because they say no, you're not allowed to say anything.
You said it right. It's complex.
Yeah, it's different. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
For example, when I said in my Star Wars review, Respawn Entertainment, I fuck your daughter. Yeah. So
Jesus.
So that's a funny little shit joke, yeah? And then what if somebody
somebody actually fucks the dog?
What if somebody actually fucks the dog? No, and then I haven't seen this, but then if like a couple of people went there and tweeted this at them all the time, I'd be like, stop, It's really hard to.
The thing
the thing is that
the thing that gets used for harassment seems to be Twitter and not YouTube. So Twitter needs to stop.
Twitter needs to stop. Yeah,
let's ban Twitter.
I don't know, but I think the way they're going about it right now is because what's implicit harassment?
The wording is kind of weird.
I feel like in this case, maybe the best thing to do is to not go down that road. The trade-off is not worth it because you end up taking down a lot of legitimate criticism. It's hard to say, man. Because I think they have a lot of YouTube manually reviews a lot of shit now, and I think they outsource this to like companies in other countries.
Yeah. And that's very expensive.
It's cheaper than to do it in their country, but so they outsource it to like India or Pakistan. Yeah. And then these people there, they
have their own values. Like
I think, exactly. I think somebody did a video on this where the people who go over the manual reviews and they come from a culture, and then they have shown what kind of stuff they manually deem as okay or not okay, and it showed the culture there.
It's kind of weird, right?
It's kind of weird, yeah. How our manual monetization and age restriction review process is done by people who grew up in a culture that is very different from ours.
Yes.
Fascinating stuff.
So yeah.
I don't know how to. I mean,
I personally, since I'm not a content creator, I don't know that much about it. But I think this is one of the things YouTube has done in recent times that is not as divisive and controversial. I mean, YouTube has done different things in the past that had a lot more consequences. But I think, it's maybe I wouldn't say it's a step in the wrong direction, but it's looking into the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So
It is very, very difficult. But on the other hand, they've just made a great change. For example, they have made a new policy now, or enforcement about virtual violence. You know, a lot of Mortal Kombat videos got flagged for because bloody as hell.
Immediately, yeah.
But now they just said like video game violence is going to be more monetizable.
Okay.
Like we're going to stop age restricting virtual violence unless the point of the video is to
the
like
violence.
Well, not just the violence, but like to explicitly really focus. This is violent. Look at the violence. You know what I mean?
But then that would mean like the all fatalities compilation would still
maybe
get
that would
demonetized.
not be okay. Like I'm not 100% sure, but like
I
now
can't
people are getting demonetized and age restricted for just posting their online duels.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like what the fuck?
Of course, at the
It's not
moment
about-
it doesn't make sense. But
yeah, it's not about the violence.
Okay.
But I think that's a great change. For example,
that's a
great change. And also, on the back end of YouTube for the creators, they have implemented some great tools to cut out certain parts of the video when they're getting claimed while they're already online, so you don't have to re-upload. But
what happened to the use 2 seconds of copyrighted music change? Did that ever?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
That was just announced.
I bass boost my shit so hard that no one can tell. Yeah. YouTube is. We have to appreciate what a fucking great platform this is. Because we love it so much, we criticize it this much.
But yeah, I love YouTube.
But think about how lucky we are that we have such an amazing platform. Yeah. This platform is fucking epic. But then so much shit does happens here. But also,
I love YouTube. I'm sorry, I just have to say it, man. YouTube, let me lick your. I just love it.
YouTube is great.
The fact that it exists is great.
Is fucking amazing. Yeah. So that's YouTube for you. Then I want to talk about Rick and Morty. Also, just very quickly.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new season?
I'm very sorry, but I'm kind of out of the loop there.
You haven't seen it?
Not yet, no.
But you have seen the first 3 seasons?
Yeah.
Watch it, man.
Where?
Be careful.
Be careful what you say there.
BitTorrent. Wait, you haven't seen any episode?
No.
So first episode, really nice. Second episode, wait, which was the second one? Second one I thought was one of the worst I've seen so far. It has something to do with a space toilet. It's like really, it's about Rick's character development, and it's just usually I like the episodes when it's more real and about him, but usually they wrap it up in a beautiful story.
In an absurd story.
In a nice story that you still like to follow. I thought that episode did not do that. Third episode was nice, and the fourth episode was mwah.
And is it just a 4 episode season, or will there be more?
It's 10 episodes, but I think they cut it in half. They're releasing 5 episodes now and 5 episodes I think next year.
Okay.
But Rick and Morty, they still got it, man.
I love them.
But okay, you haven't seen it?
I will watch it. Okay. But you recommend it, yeah? They still got it. Okay, that's good.
I would say so.
That's good.
For sure.
That's good. What was the last thing that happened? Do you remember?
End of season 3.
They got divorced. Wasn't that? No. That happened
I don't know, man. I don't think it.
It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. True Detective. Have you seen season 1?
3?
Have you seen season 1 of?
So I saw season 1. I thought it was. I just loved it.
Interesting that you say this. Recently, I was on my Discord server. We were talking, shout out to Salami. We were talking, and I was looking for some TV show recommendations. Oh. And then you get blasted by a lot, and I took 3 that I got. Hannibal with Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah. I heard very nice. Yeah. Haven't started yet.
Okay.
I got Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
Have you watched that, by the way?
No.
I heard it's like crazy, amazing, fucking crazy.
It looks kind of super low budget.
Yeah, it does, but
high school project shit.
I know, but everyone I talk to say it's next level.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. So I got that. And True Detective season 1. Yeah. Sophia and I started with True Detective season 1. Even Arthur back then.
Yeah.
True Detective season 1. Oh my god. I watched the first 5 episodes now. It's 8 episodes.
Yeah. What is so interesting about it?
Yeah, can you explain to me again how it was good?
Well, okay. I have to preface by saying I love detective stories.
Okay, but don't spoil anything because I'm still going to finish it.
Yes, but I mean, I just love a classic detective story. You remember 7, right? The movie.
Oh, 7 is amazing.
It's clear from the beginning. You have these. You have some unknown killer or something, criminal. And you have the cops, and they have to catch him. And they have to like slowly get onto his tail and find out what it's all about. And the way they like find out even every time they find out a little bit more and a little bit more, and I just find that so compelling and cool. And
so the reason why I started with this is because Sophia also loves detective shit. She loves like figuring out what's happening. Yeah, and I like that too. But I thought it was it's incredibly boring.
What?
Yeah, there's nothing happening. This is so like honestly, to be honest, I think I was too hyped. I think
maybe,
but even when
you seem to have that problem every now and then, right?
But I wasn't going into the like watch True Detective. I was like, okay, let's finally watch this.
Yeah,
I love detective shit, and it's so boring. Nothing happens.
No, the entire atmosphere and everything is so oppressive and horrible. And
I agree with you that I love the way they kind of portray this area. Yes, like everything is poor and rugged and disgusting. And Matthew McConaughey is
the dude. His character is like
amazing character. But in terms of what's happening, it's like, God, this is a snooze fest. Nothing's happening, dude.
You are right in that regard. Not much is happening.
But because the amount of claim that they got, I expected this to be really next level shit. To be like every episode on its own is like, oh, amazing. And the first episode was like, okay, that's a rough beginning.
What?
Next one. Okay, nothing happened in this one. Next one. I'll finish it, and I'm still hoping for the payoff to be great.
I don't know what to tell you there.
I have a theory, by the way. I have a theory that I think I have a theory. But I'm not gonna say it. We'll see. But yeah, so far I'm kind of it's quite a letdown. I'm shocked almost. Okay. Because I heard only great things.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
And I loved how it always plays with like this. It's very close to the supernatural, but then it's again not really. It's
how is it close to the supernatural?
You don't think it is? Like with these
just occult
clues, but occult is always on the
fucking
verge.
Rednecks in the forest.
Okay, then.
For me, it's nothing to. I don't know. Man.
Are you like this on a party, dude? It's just a fucking redneck in the forest.
Oh fuck.
No, if you like, I'm gonna take your word for it. Okay. Finish it.
Okay, I will.
After your verdict on the first 3 episodes, I don't know how
I watched
it will
the first
end.
First 5.
Okay. Finish it.
People keep telling me just finish it. But at this point, even if the next 3 episodes are going to be epic, I will still say overall, well, at this point it's already kind of down the drain. I don't know.
Yeah, I personally don't think that the next few episodes are going to change anything if the first 5 episodes haven't won.
Because it's only
yet.
8 episodes.
Yeah. It doesn't need more. Yeah, but.
Oh man, I don't know.
No, that's interesting to hear.
I'm probably gonna get shit for.
Oh no!
I wanted to like this.
Now people are gonna tweet to Matthew McConaughey. Oh fuck you! I hate you.
No, they're gonna tweet to me probably. Fuck. Yeah. Before we get into some Patreon questions, we got.
Yeah. One second. The other 2 you haven't watched.
Haven't started yet.
Yeah. Okay. Because.
Oh, Andi, you're gonna shit on me now. I need to talk about some stuff.
Okay. Let's
talk about. Oh, is it blocking? No. I need to talk about my channel.
Okay.
This is not a therapy session.
Go ahead.
What to do? So, listen. Okay, this podcast is just. I wouldn't almost even consider this content. This is us talking, yeah?
Yeah.
With us people watching. So I just want to be honest and just talk about what's on my mind. After I did the last Shaolin video I did, it was why I don't miss the Shaolin Temple.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the most personal video I've ever made on Shaolin. It was because, I said everything in the video. Like I felt like sometimes I was drawing a too idealistic view of the place, and I didn't want it to come off like I'm advertising for Shaolin. Because that's not what I'm doing. I don't sell Shaolin. I was just a guy who was there. That's it. And then I talk about it. That's it. And I wanted to talk about people to understand that not everything there I enjoyed. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah. Which is like absolutely understandable.
Yeah. So, and then I see these comments. I know you're gonna fucking hate me again for getting triggered by comments. Yeah. But these comments led me to my thought now, which is I'm stopping with Shaolin content. So Shaolin comments have always been cancer, and I've been able to avoid them.
You said that before, yeah.
But recently I've been getting back into my comments, and I like to reply to people again. So I thought, I'm just gonna check out the comments for that video too.
Oh no.
And then I see people write this comment. This is triggering.
Oh god.
This is very triggering. And it's gonna start a whole rant now, yeah?
Okay.
Rant on. They say,
Brace yourself.
oh, he's really milking that Shaolin stuff. And when I read this, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but several times, I'm like, all right.
Say that to my face.
No, I'm like, okay. Then it's over. Then no more.
Yeah.
Okay, listen here. Where to even fucking begin? I've had this conversation in my head every day. How I would talk about this on the podcast. Why is there no comment under my game review saying stop exploiting video games? Why is there no comment under my game review saying stop exploiting your humor? Why is there no comment under my game review saying stop exploiting the fact that you have a computer? Why is there no comment under my game review saying stop exploiting the fact that you have legs that you can stand on?
Yeah.
Listen, the reason why I make Shaolin videos is because, man, I was living at that place for 3 years. This place was my fucking life. Do people not get it? That Shaolin fascinates me.
Yeah.
To this day. That's why I like to talk about it. It was my fucking life. Can I just talk about Shaolin?
Yeah.
Is it okay if I talk about thoughts that I have? Sometimes I reminisce about my time. I want to give my insights on how this place has changed. I got 2 video concepts that I'm not going to do because fucking, I want to talk about Shaolin because this was my life. I wasn't always a game reviewer, man. But they're like, oh, stop milking it. Okay, fuck it then. No more.
And again, 1% spoils.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm really pissed.
Scheiße.
So I'm telling myself, the only Shaolin content I'll do from now on is a reaction video. Because this shit is not personal. I can just give my insights, my knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
It gets a lot of views, so I can get paid.
Yeah.
Then you can say he's exploiting it. Fuck it, I'm exploiting it for this. Give me some money. But no more personal videos about Shaolin.
I, with my Galaxy Brain master thesis, have an idea.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be possible to make Shaolin videos only for the patrons?
Well, of course.
Sometimes my intellect is quite...
Well, yeah, but...
And I mean, there are not that few patrons. You still would reach people, and you would reach people who are actually who know you a little bit more.
Yeah, but I want to... But then it's like a money... Then there's a money barrier there. I just want to...
the point of my... And then the argument could be again, you're making it even more because...
Well, that too, but let's forget about the milking thing. When I talk about my life at Shaolin, I want to talk about it and share it.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do. This video I made personally about Shaolin, what I don't miss about it. This was the most personal story ever, next to the My Life at Shaolin Temple video.
Yeah.
I don't want people to have to pay to watch this. This is my life. This was my life. I want to share it. Have people maybe some people get inspired. Who knows? That's it.
But then, okay.
I don't want to put a paywall on Shaolin, on any content.
Yeah. But the Discord is kind of content. Hara! You're the best, by the way.
Zakaev. You haven't even talked to Zakaev yet.
No, but I still get your guys' memes and I love them.
Absolutely haram.
Yeah, but then I wonder, if you want to share it, I mean, you kind of have to know that not everyone's gonna. I know,
and I'm retarded. I know that it's fucking dumb. You get down.
Human.
Then you're a couple of comments piss you off, and I'm like, yeah.
Yes. They do. Guys, stop pretending that negative comments do nothing. They are shit.
Okay, hate comments are fine. We talked about this a long time ago.
Hate comments
are fine. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
But
there are these subtle low blows. That that's a funny hate comment. Ooh.
Good one.
right in the fields.
I was like, do you know this video of the guy who has a smiley face emoji, but you see his eyes, he's crying? That's exactly every time I see a comment like this. I'm like,
it's exactly how it is. Yeah. So I see it. Yeah, and okay, I can get behind your ways.
I thought you were gonna rage at me just a couple of comments, you pussy.
No, actually, I get it because I know how much that Shaolin means to you, and I know you, my brother. Surprise, I know you.
Yeah.
So I see that comments on this video, especially, are you kind of let your guard down on this video.
Yeah, exactly.
Bit, right?
These videos are real.
Yeah,
and
I see why that's a problem. And I also can get behind it, you saying, like, okay, guys, you did it now. There's nothing. I also know that, this channel is going kind of well. And maybe when you once in a blue moon, you're in a good mood and just say, let's make a funny Shaolin video. Let's not make it so personal and say like, oh, I cried every day. But but funny stories of Shaolin.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing.
How you shit into one's food bowl or something.
Yeah. I mean, look, here's the thing. So this is how I feel right now, and this is how I've been feeling ever since I made that video.
Yeah.
Things are gonna change again. Probably at some point I'll do a video on Shaolin again. That's also maybe not a reaction video, another personal video.
Maybe, yeah.
But right now I'm feeling really down about it. My video game reviews, they're also real, but they're like it's a show. They're a show. I love it, but it's a show.
Yeah.
There, the comment section, everything's okay.
Yeah.
Like whatever you're gonna write, it's okay. It's okay. Like it's all fun and games.
What happens if someone writes under your video game reviews, "Oh, he's really milking that Shaolin"?
Oh no! I think we found another way to trigger it.
Oh no!
No! Wait, not stop milking the Shaolin. Stop milking video games.
Oh, that's. I mean,
but that would be funny.
That would be kind of funny, right? Because that's so absurd that it's.
Haha, very funny. Yeah. So but it's frustrating. When I rebooted this channel, my idea was I'm gonna do game reviews, and I'm always then gonna interject some slower, real talk videos where I just talk about something that I'm passionate about. And right now, it's like the game reviews are starting again to kind of get out of hand in terms of production value. I feel like I want to lower it again a little bit to make it more casual. But now, like, there's a video every 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And I want to make more, but now I'm like, okay, can't talk about Shaolin.
No, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I want to do more vlogs. I want to travel. I feel a little bit trapped. You know, with content, it's always like this. I feel like you do something well. You start to like it. People like it, and then you focus on it, and then you start to feel caged by it.
Yeah.
Then
because
you stop.
People like it, you can't stop.
Yeah, and then you feel caged by it, and then you feel crippled by it in a way, and then you want to break out again.
Yeah.
So right now I feel like this again. I love video games. I will always love video games, but I wanna do something else. I love traveling. Do travel vlogs. There's so much else I want to do, and so I'm really depressed a little bit right now about the channel.
You did a travel log on pretty much every trip you took,
but
right?
I want to actively travel now, maybe 4 videos. Not right now. Before it was like this. Like I traveled and I decided let's also make a video on it.
Yeah.
But I want to maybe travel for a video.
No, don't do that. That's kind of devaluing the traveling.
No, but no, don't just travel and like film some redundant nonsense that doesn't make sense. Actually go somewhere and do something cool and then film that. I mean, I went to Shaolin. I made a vlog on that. But I went to the fucking epic castle.
But you like the trip always had a reason that wasn't concerned with filming. Like,
but it's both. Yeah, it's both. I mean, when I went to the castle with Shaolin with Sophia, I knew that I wanted to make a video on it.
Okay.
So that was already like a trip that I wanted to give to Sophia, but we both knew this is going to be content.
Okay.
It's content.
Oh, I see.
Also, when I went to China last year with Sophia to Shaolin, we also took our cameras because we're like, let's make videos.
Okay.
I want to produce 2 videos on this. One in Beijing, one in Shaolin. I did that. And these are great videos, man. These are some of my favorites.
They're awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. Right now, I'm in a bit of a slump.
Shaolin slump.
Yeah.
Gotta do split.
I'll get back on my feet. Right now.
You've done it now.
You see what you did?
No. The people who watch the podcast.
Yeah, they're the best.
This is my family. Yeah. But you know what's triggering? I think even some people who are fans, they commented in the video like, he's really milking Shaolin, smiling emoji. I'm like,
no, imagine the retarded people from the from the Discord posting like, he's really milking that.
I think
he's gonna find that so funny.
My Discord server is the most cancerous place on earth. They're gonna exploit this to no end.
Oh no!
They're gonna post, hey Anton, stop milking that Shaolin. I'm gonna wake up every morning to Lars says, stop milking Shaolin, bro. Oh,
Lars turns from your greatest fan to your bull.
Why are you bullying me? Man, this feels so great to make a podcast. Oh, fuck. Also,
and finally, you got it off.
I mean, I'll get back into it. I've been not feeling too great about it. I'm really proud of my last 3 reviews. I love every single one of them. I thought my Call of Duty review was so good. I love that video so much.
Yeah, your reviews recently, man.
Yeah, I know. Oh, thanks, man. I'm really, you know why I love them so much? One reason is like, you can't find anything else like it. In a way, I always feel, I almost feel obligated in doing them because there's no one else who's doing them.
Yeah.
And I see a game, I'm like, well, there has to be a Ranton review on the internet.
Yeah.
Then I'll be the one who does it. Then
has to be Rantonized.
Yeah, this game needs a Ranton review. And if I'm not gonna do it, who else is gonna do it? All right, then I'll do it.
Which is like, take this in.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
You have actually carved out a niche on YouTube.
Yeah. It's cool.
But without Shaolin now.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty nice.
I also thought about this whole being relatable thing. Because as the channel grow, I thought about. We are on 1 hour 15. Okay, that's good.
That's good.
So here's the thing. About 1 year ago, I talked with a couple of people about this on the Discord. About 1 year ago, I just discovered how much designer clothes cost. Yeah? I think
Anton has been living under a rock.
No. No. I always knew this shit's expensive, but then I saw actually how much they cost.
Okay.
Have we talked about this, by the way?
Yeah. So what Gucci jacket for 4,000?
Yeah, Versace 5,000 euros for a jacket. And when I learned this, I'm like, what? Unreal. Then I saw this brand that I've never heard of called Philipp Plein. Have you heard of this?
I don't care.
One jacket for 80,000.
Yeah.
80. Hello.
80,000 rupees or?
Who spends? So wait, because this is gonna have a development. This is gonna have a development. This is also gonna relate to the relatable issue.
Okay.
So then I thought, this is fucking insane. Honestly, if you spend this much on a jacket, you've lost all perspective on money. But then recently, I'm getting it, because what do you create when you have such a high barrier of entry, essentially? The barrier of entry in this case is money. What do you forcefully create when you have such a high barrier of entry?
Exclusiveness.
Yes. How did I not get this back then? You create forced exclusivity.
Yeah.
And that's what people pay for. Yes. It's not about quality. Like, people go, it's not even that great of quality. Yeah, it's not supposed to be. You're not paying for the quality. You're not even paying for the name. You're just paying for the fact that few people have this.
Yes.
And there's no other way in doing this except rise the price ceiling so high that it's unaffordable for the normal person.
It depends on how exclusive you want to be.
Yeah, right? And the argument isn't that, why don't you just print only 100 then? That doesn't work, because if you want to be a business, you still have to, on 100 jackets, you're not going to be able to run a business. So just raise the price ceiling. And so then you make it really exclusive. And people, they always love to have something, and that's not a negative thing. That's komplett wertfrei. Yeah? It's not judgmental. Yeah. We love to have things that are unique, how we define ourselves. Yes. We have hobbies, we have events in our lives that we love. Like, I identify myself through, video games, Shaolin. I love my family. I do YouTube. Like, these are things that I identify myself. You, for example, identify with physics.
Yeah, for example.
Yeah, physics.
Computer science.
Exactly.
Yeah.
These are things that we used to.
Video games.
These are like our anchor points, what we relate to. And we all love, for example, to find things that are unique and small, because then they're ours. So that's why we all love to find small YouTube channels. Yeah. We love to find small YouTube channels. We love to find little clothing brands that nobody knows. Like, oh man, I found this, and this is my thing. I found something unique. Yeah. And for example, my channel was that, right? At some point, it's a small channel. Then people find it. They're like, I found this little gem, and then it becomes bigger. And suddenly, when it becomes bigger, it's not a hidden gem anymore. And then it's like, it's always been this, and it's not relatable. And he's not just, he's not anymore, he's not this one guy anymore who just sits at home and makes videos, even though it's the exact same thing.
Yeah, you haven't changed like one bit.
Yeah, it's the same thing when I started to now.
Yeah, he's still using the same fucking camera.
and this saddens me a little bit. Like, this isn't supposed to be like a complaining. This is just like, I thought about this recently, and it made me think a little bit like, that's kind of sad, Like, people see you differently. Like, you're not anymore this unique creator that people can relate to. They don't click on your they don't click on your channel anymore, and they see 30,000 subs. Oh man, I got this guy. I get him. Now they click on a channel. It's another pretty medium-sized channel
Uh-huh.
who's doing well or okay.
It's weird, right? So
Yeah.
how the relatability is so closely tied to how many people actually know you
Yeah,
or not,
yeah, yeah.
right? But I mean, it's also logical, right? Because
It is,
the
absolutely.
guys who relate to you don't have 600,000 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
So they think, oh yeah, it's just a random guy without subscribers like me. Right? And
Yeah.
if you have 600,000 subscribers, you're no longer like
Exactly.
them in,
Yeah, yeah.
in a way,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, it's
And,
understandable, but it's kind of
And it's also funny. There's no way to counteract that.
yeah, no, actually, exactly.
Yeah, there's-
no way to.
There's the only thing I can do is just keep doing what I do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, just watch my reviews. I mean, you can tell.
But I mean, although there's one thing you could do is a podcast like this, where
Oh,
you
yeah.
like actively acknowledge it. And is that actually how you pronounce it?
Acknowledge.
Acknowledge. Okay.
How do you think? Acknowledge?
Acknowledge. Yeah.
No, acknowledge.
Okay. Yeah.
Man, now you have me self-conscious about it. I have to acknowledge.
You are now breathing to your mouth.
You're now breathing manually. No, it's acknowledge.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's acknowledge. Yeah, man. So this is man. I'm no longer #relatable.
Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah.
And have you bought your Gucci jacket?
Fuck those clothes for 5,000. But that was a nice segue. I built that segment very well.
Funny thing, you said you went into this by going the exclusive clothes thing because I had that realization almost the same as you a few years back when I was looking into watches. Here.
But watches are sick too.
Yeah,
That's next level.
With watches, we're talking different
Millions almost.
price levels.
Yeah.
But still, I did a little bit of research or a lot of research, and I kind of got to the realization that why would a watch cost 500,000 euros? The point isn't that this watch is actually made out of materials that are 500,000 or made with a special technique. It's a little bit of everything, but the reason it costs $500,000 is that it costs $500,000.
Yeah.
The price is kind of the reason for the price itself.
Yeah.
It's like a very weird feedback loop where you say, well, it's more expensive, so it's more exclusive, so it can be more expensive,
I think,
right?
And you also have to think, I think I get what you mean. So when you market products to a clientele that has no concerns about money, making it cheap is not an asset.
Then it's actually detracting from your product.
Exactly.
Right?
When you make when you were talking watches are a hobby for millionaires.
Yeah.
Then making it cheap is counterproductive.
Exactly, because you're not targeting the people you want to market.
Making it
to.
cheep is like, I don't want a cheap watch. I'm a millionaire.
Yeah.
I want to have a $500,000 watch.
Yeah.
So you have to make it expensive so people will buy it.
Yeah.
In a way, it's really crazy.
It's kind of weird, and this it's so niche.
Yeah.
But actually, for this part, it's exactly working this way, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
It's really fascinating stuff. And also this realization that with these Versace clothes and Gucci clothes, that people say you pay for the name. That's true, but that's not the only thing. You pay for the fact that not everyone has it. That's it.
Yeah. And with a watch, I guess there's also you can like vererben.
Inherit it? It has value.
Yeah, it can
tax
pass the generations in someone's ass and someone.
And you maybe don't have to pay taxes on it again.
Yeah. There's the whole different issues, right? Yeah.
Man, this shit's fascinating.
Yeah. Funny that we both had that realization a few like recently.
This is also, but think about it. This issue of watches, maybe some people out there can relate to this too. It's not just about this ridiculous number, 500,000 or $1 million or euros. It actually happens on our everyday level too. When I see two products, one costs 5 euros, one costs 10. Sometimes I go for the 10, even though I don't see any difference. Yeah. And there was this, because I study marketing, we had this study that showed that even though two products are the same, even though two products are virtually the same, the one that's more expensive did so much better. Because the cheaper one...
You have like this quality.
Yeah, the cheaper
image,
one
right?
suggested bad quality.
Yeah.
And when...
So weird.
Weird. So essentially, you can make a shitty product and you can sell it for $2 and no one would buy it. And the moment you change nothing about the product and you raise it to 6, more people are going to buy it. It's crazy, right, man? Fuck, man.
That's probably the most interesting thing you took out of the market.
Yeah. That's fascinating.
No offense to you guys studying marketing, but that shit's all made up.
Yeah.
Go study some real thing, like, like mathematics or.
Okay, let's talk about the podcast. Right, Patreon questions.
Yeah, sorry, patrons.
No, the reason why we don't need that much time, I think it's only 9 questions. So it's nice.
Okay.
So Thomas Petkoch asks, would you play a game where you play as a villain? Not as like a game where you would find out you're secretly a villain in a twist, or you become good in the end, but where you play as a genuinely horrible person. Would you think that would be a fun concept or a failed idea?
So, as far as I know, games like that already exist.
Yeah.
Although, like, wasn't Postal 2 one where you played like the huge asshole that had to like destroy us?
Now that I think about it, actually not that many games exist where you just play
It
straight
is
up.
a very niche concept because #relatable, right? You want to relate to the main character, and we don't want to be like horrible, right?
Yeah.
And how horrible are we talking? Are we talking like 1945 horrible or
well, if you think about it, in games like Fallout, you can play the bad guy because you can make horrible choices.
Yeah.
But like let's talk about fleshed out characters. I don't think that exists really.
I mean, as Kratos, you're kind of a huge asshole.
They're all anti-heroes.
They're anti-heroes, yeah, because they're bad, but then something happens that's even worse than they are, so they become the hero.
Man, now that you say it, it actually sounds like that's almost a bad idea, because do you really want to play as just a straight up bad guy? Like,
also, I think we talked about this on the podcast once. What makes a good villain?
yeah.
And one thing that makes a good villain is that he like seems to be much more powerful than you. And if you're like the bad guy, who could be the villain? What could be the problem in this game? Like, you're the problem. You can't act against yourself, right? So
I'm thinking right now, like, let's take a classic game like Devil May Cry. Would it be fun to play Devil May Cry as like a super strong evil bad guy who's
and
trying
your
to
enemies
kill,
are humans, and you kill all the humans,
and you want to destroy the planet in the end? I don't know if that's satisfactory.
Yeah, it's
kind of not satisfying.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, you destroyed the planet. Okay,
but it's weird. Like, would it? Is it just we can't get something to work on in 5 minutes, or is this concept actually flawed? Because it's also like there are pretty much no movies where the main character is like actively trying to be bad, and you're rooting for him because he's so bad.
Usually that's also bad writing, right? Usually we say a guy who's straight up good and a guy who's straight up bad. That's just not good writing.
Yeah.
We don't like that.
Yeah.
We like flawed good guys, and we like good bad guys.
Yeah.
I'm thinking right now if it would be fun to play like Wesker in a single player game.
Yeah, and I mean the bad guys in many games are always so bad because they prey on like people who can't defend themselves.
Yeah, like
so would that be fun if you're like Wesker and just murdering everyone in a city that can't fight back?
Because if you play the protagonist usually has to become. Games are about challenges, right? And as the good guy has to overcome difficulty. The bad guy doesn't.
Exactly.
The bad guy is the ultimate difficulty to be overcome.
Although for the bad guy, the good guy is actually the ultimate difficulty to overcome, right?
Well,
so
is he though? Usually
it's hard to say.
Hard to say.
Yeah. Because actually,
maybe it wouldn't be fun.
Great idea, but it's a great idea for a question. Like,
yeah.
What's his name?
Thomas.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Good idea.
I'm not sure. Yeah. Good question, man. Sorry that we can't really think of something right now. Okay, Xavax.
I'm gonna think about this more, and maybe in the next podcast I will have some.
I'm trying to think of games right now with villains. So let's go through games. You played Devil May Cry 5. There's some evil demon, no? Or is it like a brother fight story?
Yeah, but that's like one of these huge anime betrayals. Like he says he's the good guy, then he's the bad guy. And you're not really playing as him. You're playing just a few missions. And you don't know that he's the bad guy at this point. Like, he's helping you. So, yeah.
Thinking of
there's no game
games
where, like,
with comic book villains
doing the bad things. And not because you have the choice, but because it's the only way, right? So. Sorry, spoiler. The ending of The Last of Us, you're actually like the destroyer of humanity.
Count. Yeah, but that doesn't count. You play the good people.
You can't get any more villain than destroyer of humanity, dude.
I think Postal is a good idea. Yeah. But in Postal, you sort of play a nihilist. I mean,
and
does he have a personality? You just kill
Not
shit.
really, yeah. And bad stuff just happens around you. Right?
And it's not because you're bad. It's just you're in a sandbox and you do shit.
Yeah.
You could argue the same with GTA. All the shit you can do, but do you play the bad guy? Nico wasn't the bad guy. I don't think it would. I don't know. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Xavax Kenka asks, hi, Big Fan Tony here, got on the Discord recently. Do you plan on including Andi into one of your reviews or do some cool collabs with other YouTubers again? Or even like a girlfriend face reveal? Thank you for existing, Ranton. Haha. So Andi in reviews. Didn't we have an idea like this before? Where
what did we want?
I think I told you about this before where I thought like you should review something. But then it kind of got lost somewhere.
You guys need to know what Anton does his reviews like very explosively. It's like his creativity, once it gets flowing, and he's like a little Bojima.
But honestly, you should. Why don't you just start your own channel? And don't just upload Fury final boss fights.
Okay, here's the thing. After one of our podcasts, I got a comment on one of my Fury videos. And he said, yeah, Andi, from the podcast, I really think you're pretty cool, and I would enjoy watching you play games because you seem to have such a different perspective from Anton, and that would be interesting to see. And that got me thinking, I actually don't want people to, because for me, while I play a game, it's very personal. I answered him that's what I answered. It's like, when I play a game, I play it in a way that I can't imagine people enjoying. But the way I enjoy games, it's sometimes like, you know how I play games. Sometimes it's horrible to watch. You want to just rip your eyes out. But it's the way I enjoy the most. And I don't expect anyone to like it. Maybe it's just, it's the internet. There's always someone who will like it, I'm sure. But I don't know. It would take away more than it would give.
Have you thought about just writing one page on a game and just recording gameplay and talking over it and just giving your thoughts? That's it?
I have thought about it. Like, for example, with Death Stranding recently, I've gone over this many times in my head. I just wanted to tell someone. But it just doesn't happen often enough. Like, I don't play that many games. Like, we talk about games all the time, but I actually don't play that many different games.
Yeah, usually I'm always the one who talks to you. Oh, have you seen this?
Have you seen this? And then I look into it, right? Yeah. But when I play games mostly. Look, some of these games you can play like forever. Path of Exile, Dota,
this is
Starcraft.
The stuff I play.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't do a like, oh guys, have you heard the new thing about Dota? It's the same as last time. Right?
I thought about what I would love to do is like in my reviews to do so what does Andi say about this? And then I have like a 30-second segment of like you on a screen that pop up and you tell your perspective. But the problem with that is you often don't play the games, and I need you to be quick because you have to finish it by the time I'm finished.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I play the games very aggressively. Like I have to get the shit out.
Yeah, and I'm actually the opposite. Yeah. Like, I play the games exceptionally slow.
We play like we eat.
You eat quick?
Yeah. Was? Of course. Our grandma always said.
Oh yeah.
I eat always.
Actually, you're right.
We play like we eat.
Always the last one at the table.
I just noticed.
Man, you're right.
Yo, guys, tell us in the comments, do you also play like you eat? Maybe this is a thing. Maybe everyone plays like
and we eat like we fuck.
No, because I eat fast. And our grandma always used to say I eat like someone's taking it away from me. And I also play fast.
You're right.
And you always the last one at the table still eating.
Yeah.
And you also play very slowly.
I mean, I eat with the same velocity all the time.
Yeah.
And
I'm like... Okay, funny. Damn, man.
So yeah, it's not out of the question. If the stars align, maybe actually it's good that you say it. Maybe I will just try it.
You should
at some point. Yeah. Make the most cringy video you've ever seen, and then
and now
over.
Wife face reveal. No, I mean this is not just up to me. This is up to Sophia as well, and there's no reason for it.
Yeah,
she's a private person.
Actually, it's much more funny if like a person without a face kicks you while you're on the floor. Yeah. That's actually.
And then collabs with other YouTubers. I would love nothing more than to collab more with other YouTubers. But you know what? This is also something like I'm always the one reaching out, and I always feel like they don't want to do it. And like, I'm sorry I annoyed you with my friendship. Like for example, the last experience with Angry Joe.
Oh, that was hard.
With No Fuckers, with Skill Up. I'm like, all right, you guys, you don't really sound like you want to do this. Like you forget about sending me the videos. You don't really read through what I'm saying. Like, oh, okay, if you don't want to do it, then I'm not going to send you. I would love to collab more. I want to collab with everyone. Yeah. But, I've learned that YouTubers are special, maybe, and they don't want to collab with me, or they're not very communicative. So I'm just...
Yeah.
Because I don't want to... The last thing I want to know is annoy others. So that they have to, all right, I'll collab with you. If you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Was it maybe because the YouTubers you wanted to collab with were a little bit too big?
No. I mean, at this point, when I did the collab, I was at 300,000 subs. Skill Up, I think around the same. No Fuckers was bigger, definitely. Yeah. But still, I mean, I have a personal connection to them. I talked to them before. I don't expect strangers, like YouTubers that don't know me, to reply to my emails. I've tried that, didn't work. They don't reply to me.
Okay.
But like YouTubers that I know, that I've talked to before in the DMs, and then they're like, then they don't reply, they don't send. I'm like, okay, then let's not do it.
Oh, that's so sad.
It's sad, yeah. For example, the internet the internet historian, like I always, every podcast, I have to say he's the best.
Yeah.
He recently invited me again to another collab.
I just wanted to say,
It failed miserably.
Oh no.
I actually left the group call. I told him, yo, I can add nothing to this because it was like a Game of Thrones retelling. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you haven't watched
I
it.
asked him, is it okay that I haven't seen a single episode? He's like, yeah, sure. And then I was like,
He's like, yeah, sure.
He's like, yeah, sure, buddy. And I couldn't add nothing, so I was like, I'm sorry, dude, I can't do anything here.
No.
And he's like, yeah, okay. But internet historian number one, broski.
Man, I love him. Internet historian is the best.
So collabs, yeah, but tell them, man. I mean, they don't want to work with me. So next one, is gaming addiction real? Does it make us less likely to perform sex with pretty girls? That's a question from Grishka Raskilnikov. I don't know if that's a real question.
Yeah.
I mean, gaming addiction.
Having gaming addiction is less likely to perform sex.
I would say, yeah.
Gaming addiction is real.
Well, what did you just say? Israel?
Oh no.
Comment section explode.
No.
So, I mean, of course it's real. What do you mean it's real? It exists.
I mean,
anything you can be addicted to.
Exactly. I just want to say, addiction is real. That's a fact, and there's
almost nothing
you can't be addicted to.
Yeah.
So why not games?
I always kind of like I thought about this a little bit, like the whole drug definition. I have my own definition of drug.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This is gonna be
science here.
Yeah, and this is how it's gonna go. Drug has to be something that is consumed in your body. Fuck. So a drug is something that has to be. Okay. It's molecules that have to be consumed. Yeah. So from now on, I'm like, if someone's addicted to golf or football or fitness or running, I don't consider this drugs anymore.
Okay.
Video games aren't a drug. Okay. World of Warcraft isn't a drug.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
I absolutely know what you mean.
Because if anything you can get addicted to is a drug, then anything is a drug. Yeah. And I just don't think that's an accurate. If the definition means everything, then it's not a definition anymore. Yeah. So for me, drugs are Stoffe. You know what I mean? Yeah. Substances that you consume into your body.
Okay, I think
this is my definition.
This is very revolutionary because I think that's actually the official definition.
Is it though? I don't think it is.
Like,
aren't video games considered drugs?
No.
Fuck.
Imagine this. Can you imagine the DEA knocking on someone's door? We heard you're keeping a golf club in there.
Turn off Overwatch, motherfucker.
FBI.
Actually, that has happened. Swatting.
Yes.
But not because you're consuming drugs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. So gaming addiction. Yeah, it's real. But
and if you're addicted to something, if you're a fucking addict, then yeah, it will make you less likely to perform sex with pretty girls.
Yeah. And also,
oh no, if the girls are also addicted, then.
But then you're too much. Are you gonna have sex though? You're both busy playing games.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think about that.
We're both married, so
why we don't have sex anymore. So yeah, if you are addicted,
that's one of those things that like,
yeah. So if you have an addiction, definitely get help though. That's for sure. So Omar Ayubi, are you considering doing any more movie reviews in the near future? Also, will we have more of the Til I Die videos?
Oh, those were awesome.
Oh my god, Til I Die, my Super Meat Boy.
Guys, after this podcast, or pause the podcast and watch the 10-second video of Til I Die Super Meat Boy.
Ranton Super Meat Boy Til I Die.
That's the best.
I don't know, man.
Epic.
Maybe not a bad idea. I don't know. Gameplay videos, the problem is I always said this, I like to produce content that I like to consume, and I just don't watch much gameplay. That's why I find it hard to produce. Maybe. There's nothing planned. More movie reviews. Movie reviews are very difficult because you can show nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna be another Jeremy Johns, or what is this other guy? This other guy who reviews movies.
Movie review guy. Like, they're so
What's
generic.
What's his name?
I don't know. Stuckman.
Stuckman. I mean, no hate to them, but there's nothing else you can do.
Yeah.
You can only sit there and give your thoughts.
Yeah. And I personally thought that if there was a movie where we like really wanted to review it, we could do it on the podcast, right? Like we did for Endgame, for example.
Yeah.
Like if there really is something where we're like, oh, we gotta talk about this on the next podcast, we will.
Yeah.
It's just many movies we watch are not that huge impact, right? By the way, Frozen 2, piece of shit garbage.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
That
bad?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've seen it in OV, not the German cringe version, but the real original version. It was absolutely horrible.
I saw Frozen 1. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, Frozen 1 is above average good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's already very controversial.
No,
right?
I think Frozen 1 is fine.
It's fine. It's very entertaining, good movie. The second one is horrible.
Kind of expected as much.
Yeah. It's not only horrible writing because but it's also like horrible, like you feel how rushed the animations are. It's like sub Pixar standard. And that doesn't happen very often. Oof.
Damn, dodged a bullet there because I kind of saw it and I was shocked that I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, maybe this looks like okay, I'll take your word for it. Next one. Pedro from Pedro, the guy Sex with X. Pedro Ferreira Fontanelle. He's from Argentina.
Okay.
No, he's actually from Brazil, but he loves it when we say Argentina.
Ooh, triggered.
and he also loves to be reminded that Germany fucked Brazil 7-1, but okay.
Yeah, that's my most fond memory.
Hello, Turcos brothers. I don't know what that means. What are your biggest major plans for the future of the channel? And has Andi ever considered, I know he's very busy, to be more active part of it and also come to Brazil? Yeah, right.
Wait, I thought we were supposed to go to Argentina.
Argentina or Brazil? Make up your mind.
Yeah. Now I can't go.
Just want to say thanks to Andi for liking my last podcast question and remind Spoodi that I'm already better friends with it. Oh, the Discord lore.
Savage.
And remind Spoodi that I'm already better friends with Andi than he will ever be. Oh!
What have I started?
Well,
you pushed me into this.
It's not. Well, he's not wrong. I mean,
I oh dear. Spoodi, I'm so sorry.
Spoodi just doesn't realize that you're nothing to Andi.
Guys, I'm on the Discord sometimes, but I just watch.
the dumpster fire.
I'm the creepy guy behind the window that just watches. So I see some of the stuff, right? I'm not ignoring you. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so so the first one we actually
Pedro,
kind of
right?
already answered. Yeah, Pedro.
Okay.
The first part we actually kind of already answered.
Yeah.
Brazil is one of those places. I always make fun of him because I say don't get car tired because the you know a car tire. So this is kind of the cartel way of killing you is they put car tires around you and then they set them on fire.
Oh Jesus!
Escalera!
Oh no!
Yeah, this is man, Brazil. I have a friend from school who went to Brazil for a long time, and he had some crazy stories, and that's just a little bit too ay caramba for me, man. Like, I don't know if I could. Bullet holes in my balcony.
Guys, you don't know. Anton is a fucking chicken shit. He goes nowhere where it's exciting. But I do. And South America is too caliente. It's
too caliente.
It's a little bit too spicy.
By rough,
man.
you mean Berlin-Tegel or some shit?
No,
Is
anywhere.
Tegel a rough area? I don't even know.
No,
Berlin-Tempelhof.
Berlin-Tempelhof. Wedding.
Neukölln. Yeah.
I know Germany doesn't have these places.
No, yeah. Brazil, I mean, I would like to go, but I would only go with like a security detail.
But that's kind of like we're being so biggotty
know.
and unfair. Like
I'm
sure it's a great country. But
for sure it is.
It's just sad that it has this reputation.
Yeah, and also, I mean, but to be honest, I mean, he posted a couple of pictures of Brazilian pizza, and that shit was
like.
I will show you after. This shit is disgusting.
I would have went, even though there was cartel violence. But after seeing the pizza, no.
Yeah, I can take the cartel, but that pizza you guys eat over there, no. Yeah, but Pedro, shout out to you, my brother. Hope your exams are going well. Yeah. He's studying. Yeah.
You remember what was his last question that I liked on the last podcast? I don't
remember. No.
It would have been a good question if I liked it. So, Pedro.
Yeah. Martin asked, when will you be showing the Rantoni Peperoni again? Really funny stuff.
What?
When will you be showing the Rantoni Peperoni again?
Did you show your dick?
No.
No.
I think. Wait, is this Martin from? I think this is the Martin that I think it is. No, is it? Because
Martin, St. Martin.
if it's the Martin I think it is, he should stop taking crack because he looks like a crack addict. Okay. Yeah. Good stuff. Hilarious.
That was his question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ahmed Shawan. If the Rantoni Peperoni became a notorious sex move like the Alabama Hot Pocket, what would it be? Big love from Egypt, Habibi. Salamu alaikum, Habibi. Kif halik? Alhamdulillah. This is actually real shit. I can say Salamu alaikum. Then you say Walaikum salam.
Walaikum salam.
Then I say Kif halik, Habibi. Then
then I say
Alhamdulillah.
I'm good.
No, you say Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Then I say Jaidun Jiddan Alhamdulillah.
That means I'm very well too.
No, Jaidun Jiddan heißt very good. Very good.
Alhamdulillah means?
Yeah. Like thank God or something.
Okay.
Or so God will or something.
Okay.
So I can have a basic conversation in Arabic.
Wow. Yeah.
It's getting
and then he asked you how you've been, and you're like.
And I also know that yes and no is le and nam.
Okay. Vietnam.
Yes, next level shit. Rantoni Peperoni, if that was a sex move, what would it be?
It would involve pepperonis.
Yes. You grind up pepperonis and you smear them on your anus.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. To our American viewers, when we say pepperoni, we don't mean like your kind.
Yeah.
In America, pepperoni is like a
salami
sausage.
Yeah.
No.
That's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. That's wrong. The real pepperoni is like a
chili. Chili.
Pepper.
It's a chili.
Yeah, a chili.
Yeah, pepperoni is a chili, not a fucking salami.
Yeah, and it would fit perfectly into the rectum, and then you have to like somehow balance it and don't have it fall out.
No. You take the the pepper, the chili.
Yeah.
You grind it into a powder.
Okay.
And you sprinkle it on the anus, and then you get fucked.
And then you get
burns.
fucked. Okay.
That's the Rantoni Peperoni.
I would need to ask the gay authorities on
yes.
on how
Where's Johannes?
Yeah. Where's Johannes when you need him?
Okay. Ola Batrock Hallström. Oh, that's a Ström. Is that
That's
Swedish?
a fucking badass name.
Is that Swedish or is that like or is that Danish? Ström.
Sounds Danish, right? The O with the.
No, it's not. It's two dots on top, like the German Ö.
Okay.
Well, anyways, hey Ranton and Andi, new patron here. How do you feel about the rise of the Souls-like genre?
Mm-hmm.
What are your favorite? What are your favorite in the genre? And have you played Neo? Much love from Sweden, you little retardoni.
So Sweden, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to start?
No, you start.
Okay. So, rise of the Souls-like genre seems to me like it's maybe a little bit overstating it. Like, I mean, there are the Souls games. The From Software games that started this genre, but there aren't that many other games that try to adopt it.
No, I would call it a genre almost. Yeah, I mean, think about it. You have the Surge, you have the new Star Wars game which takes influences from it. You have this one game called Code Vein, that weep shit thing, also had influences. You had Immortal. What's it called? Immortal
Necropolis.
Immortal Reborn. It was like a Souls-like, but you're shooting. It was actually kind of good.
Okay.
I think that actually it became somewhat of a genre.
Okay.
But then I try to understand, what is this genre?
Yeah.
It's third person. It's what else is there?
Is it the world storytelling? No.
It's the fact that enemies respawn when you are at like they all have.
You have this resting point.
They all have a resting point.
Yeah.
They all have.
You lose your resources when you die, and you have to recollect them.
I guess that's kind of what's the Souls like.
Maybe that's what Souls like is. Yeah. To be like, I gotta be honest. No Souls like game can reach the Souls games. Sorry to say.
You think Sekiro is the best?
Yeah, that's from Software, right? Sorry. No Souls-like game can reach the games from the creators of the Souls-like genre, which is from Software. For me, Bloodborne is God.
Wait, you think Bloodborne is better than Sekiro?
I mean, we did our 15 favorite games of all time. Bloodborne's still number one.
Okay, interesting.
So yeah, maybe that's also a reason why I didn't know that many Souls-like games other than the From Software games, because I don't think they ever reached that level. I know you're maybe different kind, but
Interesting. I never played Bloodborne, but you think Bloodborne is better than Sekiro? I thought with how much you praised Sekiro, that you think it's better.
I mean, they're very different games. But yeah, as someone who loves gothic horror, Bloodborne is just bullseye.
Yeah. Huh. For some reason, I'm not a fan of the From Software Souls-like games. I like all the Souls-like that are not made by them.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Yeah, but I think it's a what's the? No, have you played Neo?
Yes, I have.
And you said
and
that
I think Neo is absolutely horrible. Like the game is. In one of our earlier podcasts, I talked in length about why Neo is garbage, but
I played it for 10 minutes and I enjoyed it.
So the gameplay in Neo is actually pretty cool. Yeah. It's working. That's the most I can say about it. Everything else about this game is unbearable cringe garbage.
I remember, what did you say you hated about it? The way you progress through the world and like you don't understand
like
anything?
No story at all, and everything is told in huge like text blocks that have each text block introduces 10 new Japanese names that are always Nobunaga, Nagasaki, Samarati, Kojima, Bojima. What? I'm sorry. Maybe that's racist. I can't remember them.
I'm sorry. Maybe that's racist. What about Nanjing, motherfuckers?
I can't remember that many Japanese names at once.
Yeah.
And also then maybe tell me the story a little bit more interesting other than text.
But I don't think that's racism. That's just bad writing. Even in a Western book, you cannot have a text book with like, and then Michael, and then Thomas, and then Joseph, and then...
Yeah.
That's like how the Bible is written. Joseph, the son of Thomas, the son of the...
Exactly.
It's just bad writing, man.
Yeah. And then the name comes, is said once, and then never again. How do you know? It's
I can't really say much on it. I just know that I played it for a little bit, and I really enjoyed the gameplay.
The gameplay is good. It's I would even say it's very good. It's working very well, but everything else about this game is unbearable.
Are you going to play Neo 2? Are you going to keep an eye on it?
Maybe
they learned from that and they...
I don't know. It seemed like extremely deliberate the way they did that. Okay. And people, there aren't that many people criticizing Neo, so I thought, I assume people just didn't mind. I don't know.
Interesting. Well, okay. Last one. Emanuel Rivera. New Vatameloni, and I couldn't be happier to join such an awesome community. My question has to do with something Caesar said that I think would be interesting to hear from two bright-eyed gamers that aren't as jaded. No, but I think Caesar would even admit to that. I mean, he says so himself. He mentioned obsolete genres. Do either of you have a genre that you believe is outdated, or do you think all genres can be revived and still maintain their core principle? This is the last podcast question, and also the last thing we're going to talk about today, but something very cool. And I have some thoughts on this, but Andi, you start us off?
So, I personally don't think that there's such a thing as an obsolete genre. I mean, picture this. If some AAA game studio would announce their newest text adventure, of course, you wouldn't say that's, oh my god, a AAA text adventure. But I could say that some genres just can't be AAA. That's fine. But there aren't genres that nobody likes. You can make a game and it will have a fan base if it's a good game. It doesn't matter what genre.
I think you took a bad example there. I don't think text adventures are not genres. You have text that's just a different medium. Text, you have drama text adventures, horror text adventures, action text adventures. I think text adventure is a different medium. I don't think that's a good example. I don't think text adventure is not a genre.
Oopsie.
Right? Do you get what I mean? Like it's a different medium of how to tell a story. It's like a book. It's not a genre. You have it's like saying you have action books, you have drama books. Books also have different genres. Text adventure is not a genre, I would say.
Okay.
Right? I think
maybe.
Among text adventures, you would then differentiate between genres. One is horror.
I see.
I guess, right?
But then, if like genre is really like the
genre describes our audio-visual interactive gameplay medium in this case, like video game. I think he's talking about video game genres, but. Do you consider those things you watch on Netflix where you click on the right answer a video game?
Well,
no.
that's the point, right? That's blurring the line a little bit. So.
Yeah. Let's take actual video game genres that are more.
There are genres I don't like and I would never buy, like simulator games
or sports
games. But I think my argument still holds that some genres maybe aren't that suitable for AAA and everyone will like them, but I don't think there's one genre that nobody likes.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't think there are obsolete genres.
Yeah. I think, for example, Caesar said that strategy games are dead. That the industry considers them dead.
Yeah.
And I think this is something that it's not an opinion thing. This guy is an insider, and the CEOs up there who invest, they know the numbers. And they can tell whether strategy games still make bank or not. And apparently they just don't. Yeah. And that sucks. Because the strategy genre is a great genre. Yeah. And sad to see.
I mean, he does have a point there. I think that is noticeable.
Yeah,
in how many strategy games come out.
And it's almost noticeable also on the consumer end. I mean, how many people do you know that really play strategy games? It has like a really dedicated fan base of people who like pump hours and hours in that shit. But it's not really mainstream.
Yeah.
But there's another thing. This is interesting, man. Mm-hmm. I believe that there are games that have to die, that don't work anymore, even as sequels. Listen.
Okay.
I played Gears 5 recently.
Mm-hmm.
Gears is dead, and it won't work anymore. It's I'm not sure if I will be able to exactly put this into words very well. So Gears 4 was already really fucking boring. Did you play Gears 4?
A little bit, yeah.
Nothing special
very
about
bad.
it. Yeah. Now in Gears 5, they added a fucking skill system, which is the complete Gears of War for me always stood for it's a real game. Yeah. There's nothing that takes you out of the action. Yeah. You don't spend any time in menus.
Yeah,
you're only in the game.
Cover and bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, you cover for cover. That's what they did back then. It was fresh, new, amazing. It worked. Yeah. Now they added some robot helper you have. You have a skill system, horrible bullshit that nobody wants in a Gears game. Mm-hmm. And then I thought, well, okay, maybe is this just the wrong feature they added? But then I realized the base game itself is not enough anymore. Yeah. Gears was great. Gears 1 and 2 for me only. I think you played Gears 3 also.
I think the first 3.
This was great because they made cover shooters. Yeah. They established the cover shooter. Yeah. It was fresh. It was new. It was amazing. But this alone is not enough anymore. This does not work anymore. And then I thought about it. What could you do to make a Gears game appealing on a gameplay level again? Mm-hmm. What can you add?
It's definitely not add a skill system.
Yeah. Like that's you can really tell how they were thinking about it, you know?
Yeah.
And they thought, how about a skill system? And like, we got nothing else. But it does not fit into a Gears game. It's like them desperately trying to make it fresh, but it just does not work.
I personally would know something. I personally thought that one of the things that made the first Gears trilogy, very cool was the world and the story they build up. And it has one of these problems that you continue a saga after it's done, like Halo, and it just turns into, like, the base gameplay was not enough from the beginning, but you had the interesting world. And then once you continue after the initial world story is done, you're just left with the gameplay, which wasn't enough. And then your franchise turns shit. I think if you would reboot Gears with like a new world, a new interesting setting, it could be good.
Maybe you're right. Because one thing that also bothered me with Gears 5 is I don't know what the fuck they did to the colors. It's so colorful. It's so beautiful, but like in a bad way.
Yeah.
Gears
doesn't fit the world.
Gears is gritty and gray. It's everything's gray.
And chainsawing people.
Yeah, and this game is so colorful and beautiful. It's like, this is not Gears. This is like Hello Kitty. Yeah. What the fuck? And also, I think the game needs boss fights. It needs to be rugged. They have to make the chainsaw, like, the chainsaw at this point is getting old because you're not adding anything to it. Maybe make the chainsaw interactable so you can slice paths.
Throw it.
Or or the player with the joypad can slice shapes into the enemy. You don't just slice him always like this. You can decide how you want to slice him.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's how you keep a mechanic fresh. And then the blood squirts out this way. Yeah. Now it's always the same animation.
Yeah,
it's boring. Also, they need to make great boss fights. I don't know how
to make the world interesting again.
That's easier said than done. How are you gonna do that?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's true.
And also, I've been playing Halo Reach. Yeah. And I thought, before I started, I have very beautiful memories of Halo 3 and Halo Reach. And they're releasing the Master Chief Collection now.
Yes.
And I thought these games were so great. And now I'm playing it. I'm like, bruh. Yeah, dude.
Halo Reach.
The gunplay, dude? Oof. Like, I'm playing it and I'm shocked. Honestly, I'm shocked. I'm like, wow.
No, that's pretty cool.
Have you played Halo Reach on PC yet?
I played Halo 3.
Halo 3 and Halo Reach have the same gunplay.
Yeah, and the gunplay in Halo 3 it's fine.
That's how I remember it. But when it comes out on
No,
PC,
you were always like,
Halo 3 was. I prefer Call of Duty, but
yes.
Halo 3, I loved Halo 3, man.
Yeah, you loved the game, but you were always saying like the gunplay is not so good, right? Not your thing.
Yeah, but it was still great. But now I'm like playing Halo Reach, the campaign, the
Okay.
gun, no recoil.
Yeah.
Like I feel nothing. I'm like, holy fuck.
Okay.
Is it that much nostalgia there? I don't know.
Interesting?
Like there's no hit feedback. There's just I feel nothing. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh. So was that all the question? Dead genres and
yeah. Do either of you believe that any genre that's outdated? That's basically it.
Yeah. So for me, the quick answer is no. I don't think there's any genres that are outdated.
Yeah.
Maybe the AAA genres fluctuate. Okay, but yeah.
I would just love to see some more. I would love to see more strategy games. To be honest, fun, creative strategy games.
But make them good, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, we did it. We are at exactly 2 hours now.
Which is very bad because I haven't talked about my science topic yet.
Oh, let's do it then.
Yeah, you sound very excited, you fuck.
No, but, how much time do you think you need for this?
Just 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. 50, I believe. No. So, okay, the thing I've prepared for this time, I always try to pick a topic that has a little bit to do with what I do. And if you're watching from the beginning, it says something there on the podcast?
No, it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah,
copying on the other
It's going to explode.
It's all good.
Yeah. If you're watching since the beginning, I talked about that I'm currently working in a building that is under construction. And the company that's going to move in there is a biology analysis lab. So what do they do? Well, if you've ever been to a doctor and pooped into something and sent the poop to a doctor, or the doctor wants to like look at your poop, then since these experiments are usually involving very expensive machinery, the doctors don't do the experiments themselves, but they send it to a lab. The lab has different, they test for, do you have this problem or this disease or something. And while working there, I realized, they're working with sometimes like live, how do you say, Erreger, Krankheitserreger, germs, stuff that that can cause diseases. Yeah, they're sometimes live. Isn't there like some protection? And then I went into a little bit of research, and yes, there are. There are 4 levels, 4 different classes of how dangerous a stuff that can make you sick.
Look it up. How to say this word?
Look it up. Erreger. It goes from the least dangerous, which is S1.
A pathogen.
Pathogen. Okay. Yeah. There's some live
or
pathogens
an agent virus.
So it goes from the least dangerous S1 to like T virus level S4.
Ebolate.
Yeah. And I just want to give you guys a little bit of an example, like what are we talking about? So S1, let's start poopy. Huh? S1, basically anything that works with live organisms is already S1. Like literally, if you're working with yeast, you're already S1. Yeah. So you can consider S1 to be a fucking bakery.
So anything biological is S1.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Any live organism.
What does S stand for?
In German, it's Schutzklasse.
Or like protection.
Security class, something. Yeah. So then we go to level 2. That's where things start to become interesting. Because S1, like usually the things you're working with in S1 can't really make you sick. They can, like everything can make you sick if you overdo it or whatever, but they're not really like pathogens. They're just live organisms. In S2, we start to get into it can already cause some problems. For example, what do we have here? Typical diseases like norovirus, or the hepatitis A, for example.
Or like the common cold? Like
the common cold,
yeah.
No. That's already pretty high level, yeah.
Oh, shit.
But, okay. So, yeah, common, like, or some molds. Like, molds are usually S2. Mm-hmm. There's this one mold that's rumored to be the cause of the curse of the pharaoh. Do you know? Like,
no.
There's this urban legend that the grave of the pharaoh it had a message written on it. It said like, "Do not open this grave. You will be cursed and you will die." And shortly after opening the grave, like half of the expedition team died.
That's not an urban legend. There's a grave that was open and the people died later because of the...
No, the inscription. You will be cursed and you will die. That's an urban legend.
Okay.
It didn't say anything like that.
Okay.
But there was this phenomenon that after opening the grave...
Because they open up some fucking 2,000-year-old...
Exactly. And one of these moles that was living there is rumored to be the cause of this curse there. And that's also one of those things that are S2. Now, to protect there, it's basically still pretty relaxed. You just have to wear a lab coat, wear...
Protection here, though.
Not even. Like, all the pathogens aren't airborne. They aren't airborne if you don't make them. And just wear gloves and wash your hands. Ladies must wash hands.
Don't forget to wash your dick.
Yeah. And then we get into the cool part. S3. Shit. And
Ouroboros.
S3, there's already they're not joking anymore. The S3 labs need to be built in such a way that they can be like completely airlocked off from the rest of the facility. Like if something happens in an S3 lab, someone needs to push a button and it's like fucking
it's quarantine shit.
Completely locked up. Like there's no air.
There's nothing between S2 and S3.
No.
S3 can be deadly probably then.
S3, well,
S2 can already be deadly.
S2 can already be deadly, yeah. But in S3 we're talking about like the real diseases. The Black Plague, for example. Yeah.
Oh my god, what's gonna be S4?
The Black Plague is
like malaria and shit?
Malaria is I think is S3. Then
Ebola?
I'm not 100% sure. I wrote it down and sadly I forgot. But yeah, just the typical diseases that that are kind of like
pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
And then for this you have to, but then the people who work there also have complete protection then.
Actually, the people working there, they have to like wear, of course, lab coat, gloves, and protection here. But
and
they're
eyes,
still sometimes. Yeah. It always like the rules slightly change depending on what you're working with. If you're, for example, if you're working with a parasite, then it doesn't matter if you're like wearing protection glasses, something. Yeah, but you're already only allowed to work with them like under a clean bench. Have you seen one of those? It's like a bench that has a glass screen in front of it.
And then you put the hands in
and then you put the hands in there, but not like in gloves. You put your real hands in there, you work with it, and there's a constant airflow so that nothing
escapes to your hands.
Escapes to you.
But you have gloves on, of course.
Yeah. And that's S3. And in the lab that I'm currently working in the building constructing for, they have an S3 lab. And that's already pretty fucking exotic. Like, most labs don't. And I'm currently walking around, like, of course, there's nothing being done in the S3 lab at the moment, but I'm walking around inside of a fucking S3 lab, and there, the clean benches and the medical equipment is already there, and I'm like, oh, dude,
I can't wait to inhale some of these viruses.
I'm feeling like a pretty fucking badass. Oh yeah, and they use the lab for tuberculosis. That is the S3 they are using it for. Which is kind of interesting, right? They're building this multi-million-dollar lab just for one disease, for testing.
But tuberculosis
one
is
disease.
pretty common.
But tuberculosis it's pretty common, and it's actually pretty fucking dangerous.
Yeah, of course.
Like many years back, it was death sentence.
I don't want to say. Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, but they use this for tuberculosis, which is also S3 level dangerous.
Okay.
Now we get to S4. S4 is so weird. On this entire planet, there are maybe 20 S4 labs.
What the fuck?
Or 30, let's say. 10 or so in the US. And the next country in the list is Germany.
Germany?
4. And the diseases that are classified as S4, there are only 5. Or 7 or something. Less than 10.
Are they even real diseases?
Less than 10 diseases
or
are S4.
Created by the government.
One of them, the most common, is smallpox.
Oh.
You know smallpox.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
A disease that is pretty much eradicated.
Anti-vaxxers, yay. Idiots.
Yeah. So smallpox is one of them. One of the S3 diseases I forgot is anthrax, which is kind of... anthrax sometimes gets said like it's one of the most dangerous things in the world, right? It's people even thought about using it as a weapon.
Yeah.
S3, S4 is a whole nother level. So smallpox, big one, and the other ones, you probably have never heard of them. At least I have never heard of them. Like for example, one of them is the Krim-Congo fever, or the Lassa fever.
Sounds creepy just thinking about it.
Yeah, the names, like it's the hemorrhaging Krim-Congo fever.
Oh my god!
Like
fuck.
They pretty
like
much.
The moment you get it, like
pretty much. Like all of these diseases are like hemorrhaging fevers. Even the name like already gives me like
the moment you get it, it's more of a Kombat X-ray move.
Yeah, you get fatality by the move instantly.
Well, honestly, these sites are probably heavily militarized.
Actually, no. They're usually, like, I don't know how it is in the US, but in Germany, these labs are always part of
Next to a
research institutes, of universities.
Next to a Lidl.
Angebot by Lidl. Yeah, and so
shit.
smallpox is one, the fever's there. I think there was one more that I forgot, but it's only viruses. So the S1 to 3 had parasites, they had fungus, they had bacteria. S4, only viruses can reach this level of dangerousness. And these S4 labs are usually built in these tropical institutes and institutes that research diseases that actually are new. Like, for example, like the Lassa fever. These fevers that I'm talking about, they don't happen here, which is like, it's weird because I try to paint them in such a dangerous way, but there's actually zero chance for you to contract it if you like walk out on the street, because their pathogens are limited to tropical.
But
places.
Of course, we still have to research them in case somebody would use them.
If a banana from somewhere where that fever actually exists gets imported here, then that's a way it could reach us. Yeah.
Damn.
And S4, so now that I've told you a little bit about the diseases that exist there, how do you prevent or how do you work with them? Well, that's the place where Hollywood gets
now
its inspiration from. Now you have these, like,
orange.
To even get in there, you have to shower in acid.
So it's real.
Of course it's real.
I always thought this shit is just for the movies.
No.
Like in this Hitman level, where you wear the orange complete bodysuits and you have to walk through the
decontamination. Yeah.
Is that some real shit?
It's real, yeah.
Damn.
So what do you have to do? First, you have to get butt naked. Then you
jack off.
You shower, normal shower, not in acid. Then
first acid shower.
X-ray move. Then after being clean on the skin layer, you put on your inner suit. Then, after putting on your inner suit, you put on your outer suit. And that is the inspiration that Hollywood always takes with these huge helmets that have like a huge glass wall, but you're like inside them. They look like spacesuits a little bit, right?
Yeah. And they're like orange, right? Always.
The color doesn't.
Yeah, okay. I think. Or white.
Yeah. And why do you do that? Why do you like have to wear a undercoat and then a second one?
Just another protective layer.
These coats are like you're not free to walk around. You're wired to a oxygen connection because they're completely sealed tight.
Wait, they're airtight?
Yes. If they weren't like connected to the outside with oxygen, you would actually suffocate in them.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And not
what if another researcher just steps on your pump? Like, hey Thomas, how you doing?
Well, you would probably notice.
Wait,
right?
what the fuck?
And so another trick they use is the oxygen supply you're getting pumps in with high pressure. So you'll always look like bloated marshmallow man. And why do they do that? Because if you somehow puncture the suit, the air pushes out. Right? If the pressure
but
inside
still,
the suit,
you would have to get the fuck out of there.
Well, I mean, you're probably done for.
But isn't it easier to puncture though if it's blown out?
No. It's
like a balloon is easy to puncture, right? Because it's like if it's blown out to the max, if you're like this, one needle, boop. No?
Well, you're not a balloon. The air being pumped inside is not like you're not constantly getting like. No. It's there's a balance.
Okay.
Right? So yeah, that's what they do, and after putting on the second overcoat, you have to shower in fucking acid. Dude.
Like, what kind of acid is it? Do you know? Like, is it dangerous? Would it be dangerous to your skin? Like, or is it just some?
I don't want to say. Like, I'm not sure there. I don't think so. But it's also, I mean, it has to kill the.
Has to kill some pretty vicious bacteria.
No, viruses.
Viruses, yeah. Man,
it's hard to say. I don't know, but yeah.
Oh man.
And like if S3 needed to be sealed, S4 basically needs to be in like its own pocket fucking universe.
Yeah.
There has to be every breath or every air molecule inside an S4 lab is never allowed to leave until it is like thoroughly recycled and cleaned up. And yeah.
That is some fascinating shit, man.
Too bad we don't have an S4 lab in the building we're constructing.
Do we have one here in the south?
I think in Munich there's one. There's one in Munich.
That is crazy.
Yeah. There's one institute of the World Health Organization in Germany, but I think it's in northern Germany. I think it's even one of the places where World War Z takes place.
Maybe, yeah. Fuck.
So yeah, I always thought that was pretty fucking cool. Like walking through these labs that will soon be like completely sealed off.
Imagine working there though.
Yeah.
That's scary. That is scary. Not gonna lie, that's scary.
Well, I've spoken with a little bit with the people working there, and I'm sure everyone knows that. Like once you work with something that is like very absurd to some people, it becomes completely normal to you.
Yeah, I guess even for those people who work in the level 4 lab, if you just stick to the rules, nothing's gonna happen.
Nothing's gonna happen.
But if something else happens,
and then I'm not finished. There's actually S5. No, no.
That is for
the G virus.
Okay.
The T virus would be.
You said it was gonna take you 15 minutes,
and
exactly 15.
That's my master presentation skills.
Holy shit! All right, guys.
That's it for me.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this podcast today. It was so much fun. Really love doing this podcast.
Yeah. We got so much that we like build up over the last few months to talk about it. Yes, finally.
I don't know what other videos are coming out soon. I like I said, a bit of a content crisis here. Not sure what I'll do, but I'll figure it out.
How about you take a Christmas holiday?
We'll see. Uh-huh. I would love to do a collab video where I want to get like all my other YouTube creators to like say what their favorite game of the year was, but I'm not touching that. I would really love to do it. Like my favorite game was, everyone says.
Yeah.
But until Angry Joe sends me the video, it's 2020. No hate to Angry Joe. I love Angry Joe. But yeah. Okay, guys. That was it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to send podcast questions, come on the Patreon, support the show. Get some Rantoni Megalodoni merch, or whatever you do, just enjoy the show. Enjoy the videos. And,
enjoys it.
Enjoys it. Buys it, plays it, enjoys it.
See you next month.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.